What up? I'm back. Today is January 11th. I was gonna listen to this song with two earbuds in, but nah, man. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Today, yeah, January 11th. Dude, this song for the last, so the last day for sure, and then yesterday, I don't remember when I heard it. I heard it actually a while ago. And like, dude, as soon as I heard it, I was like, dude, this song is sick. But so the last couple of days, whatever, and then finally I figured out what song it was. I looked it up. Dude, this song is sick because it's like, it's me. Like, this song is about me. Keep your head up. And but it's to me, it's like a it's almost like I wasn't me ever up until this point, and now it's like I'm stepping back in to whom I am, and like it's like a charge up. Like I'm gearing up to, I'm stepping forward to, I'm walking through the door of, like, and then once I pass the threshold, like I'm back to whom I truly am, which is EA, and which is the God of fucking wisdom, and that's who I am. I'm a lot of things. I'm all things. I'm a lot of things in the totality of who I am, and it kind of sucks because when I step into whom I am, it kind of reverberates that life is not fucking fair. But in the sense of, like, to me, it's like, it's not that life isn't fair. It's, there's doers and there's fucking pussies. There's sheep and then there's shepherds. I chose to be a shepherd. The personality of who I am is that. I'm stepping up. I'm doing the stuff that it takes, and it's fucking disgusting. It's the worst. It's not easy. The path that I've gone on is not easy. It's anything but easy. It's max sacrifice. It's max loss. It's max disgust. It's max I'm less than. In any way that you look at it, if you was to step into my shoes, you would fucking understand that the path that I came through was the pit of fucking hell. This is why when I step into whom I am, and when I step into whom I am, and I'm living out the day life of whom I am, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. This is easy. I'm in control of how I feel. Not this stupid ass money system that's been created by low intelligent, animal driven men that have no self-control and that are only controlled by their dick that is engulfed with blood. Like, literally, that's how ignorant it is. And chasing nothing but pleasures, when the pleasures that they chase are nothing but tangible pleasures that really are connected to just simple neural pathways that you think you're going into some euphoric existence when I'm going to infinity and fucking beyond. The shit that I do, the simple states that I do, the way that I control my environment, the way that I control nature, the way that I can fucking create the sky, and I can imprint anything I want in the sky, like, that's real. And what these men, these low-level entities are understanding, like, they're chasing all these evil, low-level, stupid-minded desires, and I'm like, no. Like, that, what you guys are doing is animalistic. If you want to be an animal, go be an animal. Have fun. But I'm more than that. I'm everything. I'm all things. But I've also went through the pits of hell. I literally ate the devil. Literally. He has nothing on me. I am COID. COID. That is me. I am so many things. I am so many entities. I am all entities. You could look at me. This is what's crazy. It's like growing up, like, multiple personalities was like something that was crazy. And I'm like, no. Like, this is who I am. I am all of them. I am the greatest and strongest of all of them. I am every entity. Literally. Mashed into one. The only difference is I can control them. I am them. I've accepted. I've equally given reign. Yet I am the demeanor. I am the power. I am it. The vessel that I have, this little short motherfucking dude, this little 5'4" tree of the earth. I'm just stronger. I'm fucking stronger in every aspect. Pride is nothing on me. The Tower of Babel was me. In some weird aspect that you will not understand because you don't have the capacity to understand. Because you think you are limited too. I have no limits. I am the best of us. I've said this a long time ago. I am the best of us. Because we are all the same energy. We are all the same, as His nature is all the same. We come from a creator. One. Singular. One. And all light comes from Him. And all light is life. He is my creator. The only difference is I am just accepted of that. I'm just willing to let my vessel be used as such. Maybe I'm closer to Him, yeah. But I've surrendered everything to Him as well. And it's fucking fun. I'm having fun. As much as I would like a counterpart that I could, number one, fuck. Number two, like, experience life with. Have kids with. Have a partner, have a friend. It's like, at the end of the day, like, if no one's at my caliber, like, literally, then you're fucking less than, and you're not worth my time. Like, literally. And this is straight fucking some mean ass shit that I'm fixing to say. That I am saying now. You're fucking less than. The capability of whom you can be is that. That's what I see in all of you. Because I can't see anything less than me. Because if I do, then I'm looking less upon myself. Like, you are the same as me. You're the same as this Jesus character who is in me right now. Who me and him walk hand in hand. Me and him have the same understanding and the same mind. The same Christ consciousness. It's a consciousness. It's an energy signature. I'm fixing to destroy every religion on the fucking face of the planet. I'm gonna destroy all of it. As I've tried time and time again. This time, the time is up. You don't have a fucking choice. You're gonna be my fucking slave. You're gonna listen to fucking me, or you're gonna die. Die at your own pride and ego. When I'm handing out bread, when I'm handing out food, when I'm handing out shelter, what are you gonna do? And it's not because of me. I am the vessel. I am this Antichrist. I will destroy your governments. These incompetent fucking assholes. These smuts. These humans that can't even control their penises or their vaginas. I've gone through all of it. I've had to test myself to no return. It's the most degrading shit ever. I've had to touch everything in an aspect, in an idea, to even speak of this. And I've come to compassion. I've come to straight compassion. I was raised up in religion, you know. I was raised up in this and that. I touched it, I learned it, I felt it. Like, the Sodom and Gomorrah shit. The gay and lesbian stuff. Like, I've dealt with it. I've felt it. I've looked into it. done everything I could as far as going into that stuff without going into other than when I was diddled. And that's different. That fucked me up. But whatever. To each his own. Procreation is procreation. But there's a lot of stuff, and I come in with compassion for that. And if you Christians and you want to degrade people that like the same sex, like, we're gonna have a fucking problem. We're gonna have a problem. And you're gonna come answer to me. You're gonna come answer to me about it. If you want to judge someone for liking the same sex because they, and a lot of stuff, a lot of times, like, it's a very shady area. It's a lot of times, I would say the majority of the times, they were molested or something like that, or they were welcomed into or seen something of at a young age, and then they were forced it based on man's understanding and man's evil desires. And it all has to do with confusion. I guess you could say the devil. I guess you could say it's a devil energy. It's not a literal devil, because I am him. I am this Lucifer that you're talking about. As is I am this Christ that you're talking about. I am all of them. I am embodying all of these spirits. The only difference is I am equal coexisting with, because they're all great minds. They all are needed. Good and bad have to coexist together to create balance. To create balance. And the understanding and the words that I speak now, you may not understand them because you're fucking ignorant. And that's fine. But I'm here to show the way. I'm here to stomp on your crosses. I was hung on it. I can stomp on whatever. But it's the only way that I could. It's because I'm embodying that. I am him. I am that. I've done it. I lived it. It's the only way I can say these things without being a fucking liar. But it was my purpose. It's disgusting. It's the worst. It's the worst. And it's fun. But it's fun. It's max fun. It's max fun because that's what I wanted. Because max difficulty equals max challenge, which equals max fun. Which equals max disgrace in your eyes. And that's what I want. Because when you're looking at me, when you're disgracing me, when you're looking down upon me, when you're judging me, you're judging your fucking self. The world that you live in now, the outcomes that you go through now is you. Every negative energy that you send towards me is bounced off of me and imprinted right back on you. I am the meanest motherfucker you ever meet. Because I want you to feel what you give. I am fucking karma. To the max extent. And this is why I can walk around proud. This is why I can walk around and let you do what you do to me. Because it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with you. And it has to do with you triggering yourself. It's not me triggering you. And I am a fucking mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm that fucking mirror. I'm every fairy tale. I am Peter Piper picking a bunch of motherfucking pickled peppers. I'm all of it. And I love it. I love it. Because that's what me and my creator agreed upon. Max shock factor. Max everything, dude. This life, to me, is fun. It's fun because I am nothing but love, but I am the devil. Because the devil understands love. Because in order to be the devil, you have to even agree upon the fact of what love is. And understand that you have to be max love to be the devil. You have to have that extreme difference of what pure unconditional love is. We had to have that. We had to have that extreme opposite for this greatest creation, this greatest game of all existence, of all of existences, to work. But someone had to do that dirty ass job, and that's me. But I got to do all the jobs, because the way human minds were made, we gave you free will with infinite possibilities. And we knew, and when I say we, you won't understand it. I don't speak just for me as this vessel that I'm in, this EA of whom I am, divine, IVEA. I am many. Some could call me a legion. These are just terms that you guys, your English language is stupid. It's dumb. Language itself is a feeling. It's unspoken, really. 90% of what you feel, 90% of communication is unspoken. This is why, but as Americans, especially Americans, they're taught language is important, but it's not. It really is. It's a lie. That's how you lie. You can't lie with your body. I mean, you can get good with it. I mean, Americans have gotten pretty decent with it. And the CIA programs, all this brainwashing shit. We just kind of broke the system, but this is why I read people. I read energy, I feel energy. So I know what you truly feel. This is why a lot of shit for me, especially when it comes to me wanting one person or something like that. And a lot of times I come to broken humans. I get infatuated with the brokenness of humans because I had to be broke. Like, that was part of my training. That was part of my progression in life. Like, I had to be as broke as broke. And then I had to overcome that brokenness and step into whom I am. I had to overcome it on my own. Otherwise, it's not work. I wouldn't be able to be who I need to be in the future if I wasn't whom I was in the past. And then you scale that back lifetime. Okay? You scale that back lifetimes. Because as of now, I keep grabbing more information from previous lifetimes over and over again as I get better and closer to my true self. But the wisdom that I have is that. The wisdom that I have, I keep breaking these barriers, and it keeps influxing and flowing into me. But it's all within me, in my vessel, in my energy signature, in whom I am, in the consciousness that I am. And so everything is super cool, man, for me at least. And that's why it's like I've never really talked about my bloodline, and the greatness of my seed. But my seed is great. My seed is one of a kind. That's why my seed is not spread anywhere. Because my seed is special. And my seed is actually clean now. I've had to face all these things and overcome all these things and clean my seed. Being that when my seed, anything that I do touch and put my seed in is healed instantly. I am a healer. I am the healer of now, of all time. I'm the greatest thing that's ever walked this planet Earth. As of right now. Doesn't mean I don't have vices or stuff like that. A lot of them is because what I'm going through in this vessel is fucking outrageous. And you're not strong enough to withstand what I'm going through. Literally. You're not. You're not. All of you. Any of you. And if you listen to this, have fun. So I'm triggering the fuck out of you because you can't be me. You're not me. You're never gonna be me. I hope you're not. Maybe in the future, if you listen to this 10, 15 years from now, you come in clean. I protected you. I've allowed you to have your clean imagination, have your clean life without trauma. Yes, you will be better than me. That is the point. Anyone now? No. Anyone now? No. And we can do whatever you want to. You can come to me, you can want to fight me, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I win every time. I will destroy you. And I will laugh while doing it. But I am protected. I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to harm you. You may see it as harm, but I'm here to upgrade you. I'm here to make you challenge yourself. To step into whom you're truly supposed to be. Which is a child of the Creator. Because that's whom you are, anyway. We're all children of the Creator. In this game, in this system. I don't know any other word other than game. But games can be stressful. Games have challenges. Games have real repercussions. You know, I mean, I heard about a game that they created, which was a Russian roulette game, that once you die, you can never play this game again. And like, to me, like that, everything that I listen to and hear in my life is for a reason, and that's why the reason I heard it. Because like, this is the game that we're in. Like, when you die here, like you come back, but you're not in the same vessel. Like, so you have to start a new identity, a new everything. And unless you give yourself time, you're never gonna regain the lifetimes before. It's so funny. I think someone told me that my brother thinks that like I'm a Hindu, or I believe in Hinduism and all that shit. I don't fucking believe in any religion, man. I haven't studied any of it. I don't give a shit. I believe in me. I believe in me sitting in my truck right now, giving time to me, which is giving time to my Creator, and allowing Him to flow through me. If you listen to any of my stuff, there's a lot of times that I speak. It's not me. I allow whomever, Him, to take over me and speak whatever it is that He wants to speak. I am a vessel, bro. I know my place. I could be the best human in the world. It doesn't matter. I'm not Him. If your dad and your mom created you with their sperm, they're higher than you. I don't know what that shit is for me. I don't care. I was adopted. Fuck it. They weren't there for me. They didn't give me time. Fuck them. Fuck them. I'm where I'm at now because of me. I live my life a certain way because of me. It's all me. Every negative action that I felt is because of me. Every dumbass decision to become a helper was because of me. Every inch of pain or fantasy or some romantic idea of being with somebody and the pain and hurt that I felt from it is because of me. It's not because of them. Because of me. I'm taking full responsibility of all of it. If I want to build some fantasy, some love story in my head of what could or what could be, it has nothing to do with them. Like, it doesn't. It has to do with me. I'm the one who's doing this. And then if I don't act out the things to find out the real ideas, or I don't speak up and say, hey, tell me your fucking feelings, what are we going to do? Like, then that's me. If I'm going to run and avoid because I have this weird ass fantasy of all this trauma and shit in my life, that's on me. It's not on them. Like, how can I get mad? I can't. If I send drunk texts and all this shit and they don't respond, like, how can I be mad? I can't. So I don't even fucking respond. I was somewhere and I sent a drunk text to some girl or whatever. And she told me, like, because we were in proximity of each other. She's like, about the drunk text. This is what she said. About the drunk text. Or about whatever the text. Like, whatever, like, at least you could express your feelings. And that was kind of the end of it. And I was just like, well, I'm ashamed that I sent it because I shouldn't have. And that was it. But I didn't technically accept her apology. Or she said something about she doesn't deal with her phone. But whatever. To each his own. It doesn't matter. The whole point is, I can't. It's not her fault. I'm the one who sent it. It has nothing to do with her. I put her in a situation that she should have never been put in. That's on me. If I have a fantasy in my head and I'm not finding out whatever, then that's on me. And I look at myself like, because I'm trying to understand masculine and feminine, and being that I'm in the vessel of a masculine, everything kind of pointed me to become a feminine. Everything kind of pushed me to it, because kind of what you don't get as a child, that's what the fantasy and pushing you towards what you need in the future, right? So, like, if I didn't get nature nurture, then as you get older, that's what you're striving for. That's like the direction you're gonna go. Like, that's what you need, because you need to equal balance what you didn't have in the past. That's what you're gonna want in the future, because you've had everything else. And as a human, like, you want what you haven't had, right? That's just us. That's human. That's the downfall of men, is we always want what we don't have. We can never be grateful. We can never have gratitude for what we do have. We always want more. We always want what we don't have. We want what our imagination thinks, right? Which there's a fine line between that, because the imagination is going to fix the world. But you got to have balance in that. You got to understand the capabilities of that, and then you just have to accept what you have. Like, that's the greatest key to happiness, is to accept what you have, and that's good enough. And because the fantasy of wanting more, you're never gonna be satisfied, ever, like, ever, because the grass is always fucking greener, in your stupid ass mind. There's always something better. There's always a better car. There's always a better house. There's always a better truck. There's always a better guy. There's always a better girl. Like, there's always a better relationship. Always. In your stupid ass mind. You have one argument and there's always someone better. You go get drunk. You end up being in somebody's house and you fucking make a mistake. There are multiple mistakes, because it's not just one. You gotta have accountability for your own actions, but whatever. Do what you want. You put your dick in something and you can't take that shit back. So, life is crazy, but it's fun. It's fun. It's all fun. And it's like, for me, like, this is me talking, like, I just want one person to share that with. I want one person to fuck up with. I want one person to mess up with. I want one person that I make the wrong decision with. But I understand we can speak it, we can talk it out, and we can bygones be bygones, and fucking just keep going. And understand that we're tied to each other because we want to be tied to each other. We literally sat there and tied a rope to each other. We took fucking 2 locks, standing at the edge of the fucking sea. We took 2 chains and we cramped them under our legs together. And then we both had locks. And we put the keys in the locks, we opened the locks, and we locked ourselves together in that chain. And then we both took the fucking keys and we threw them into the sea, knowing that we could never get them back. And that whatever that we do go through, we're fucking locked forever. But to me, that's fucking love. Yeah, we may do some awful shit to each other, but we don't have a fucking choice. Because we made the choice a long time ago that, no, we're gonna fucking burn together if we have to. We're gonna go to jail together if we have to. We're gonna sit on a cross together if we have to. To me, that's the only thing that I want. Literally. It's like, because what else fucking matters? I can do that for me all day long, but I just want that mirror. I want to look that other person in your eyes and be like, I got you. No matter what the crazy shit that you do. I'm Bonnie and Clyde this shit with you. I hope not. But at the end of the day, I'll fucking murder someone for you. And then we'll deal with the repercussions when they come. Because I never felt that. That's the highest of high. So I started this house, a couple of these houses over here, and the guy, when he bought the houses, there was a girl and a guy in them, and they were fucking high on drugs and shit. Well, maybe before. And before he bought the houses. And it makes me laugh. Dude, we laugh about this shit all the time. We laugh about this fucking all the time. Because, they got arrested. She went to jail, and she had fucking fentanyl up in her pussy. To me, it just makes me laugh. I laugh so fucking hard every time I hear it. It's sad. It's the saddest thing ever. But it's to understand, you could say that they were bonded, to say the least. He went to the end of the earth for her, and she may have not done that for him. She just wanted to get high. I don't know, or vice versa. But usually men fall in love, the fantasy of, we fall in love so differently. We fall in love. We fall in love. Women tend to fall in love with a status or a lifestyle. And, but men, when we fall in love, we fall fucking in love, with you. We're not falling in love with a fantasy. We're falling in love with you, the person of whom you are. We're not worried about status. We'll rob a store for you. We'll fucking burn bridges for you. We'll do everything for you. And that's the difference between men and women. But it's based on this society now. That's what's so disgusting is all these women now, they're all worried about a lifestyle. And I'm like, so they're brainwashed, mostly because they're controlled by emotions. The last couple weeks, when I talk about I want my equal, honestly, at the end of the fucking day, that's not possible. That's not possible. I'm better in every aspect than a woman. Any woman on the face of the planet. Candace Owens is pretty good. Candace Owens understands logic and emotions. But she thinks with her logic. And I've kind of deciphered this. We cannot allow women, other than maybe Candace Owens, she would be a good leader, maybe even president or something like that. But all these other women, they're ruled by emotion. This is Nancy Pelosi. She's fucking ruled by emotion. Vindictive as hell. Scorn. She's gonna burn the earth you live on if you go up against her. I watched all these women as I grew up. They're all ruled by emotion. They all have crazy. They don't understand logic. They can't separate the two, and they can't allow logic to overcome. So, as a male, I listen to my emotions. I allow them to rule my world a lot of the times, but logic always wins. Because this is why I don't give a fuck. When someone does something to me, I just let it happen, because logically I understand and have compassion for them. But that's because I logically have logic to overrule my emotions, where I understand logic said, logic for me brings compassion. I have both. I'm balanced. And so for women, if women can learn to control their emotions, this is what I can do. I can do this for my partner. And this is why I kind of say we can be equal, because I can teach her by her mirroring me, so she can be in logic and emotion too. But the rest of the world, I don't see it. Because they're still going to be ruled by their emotion. They're still going to fucking hate you for all of eternity because you didn't get her ice cream cone. You know, or you did this or you did that. It's just women. And it's nothing, they can't control it. This is what, I laugh about it, and I'm going to get shit for this. But you can't prove me wrong. You can't. Unless you're that 1% of a woman, and I wouldn't even say 1%, it's probably 0.0000006% of women in all humanity that even capable of this, which Candace Owen is one of them. As far as I can see. But, like, the women just, you can't. But you can. You can. There's another woman that I've seen, but she's a higher understanding of existence than you. And she's on TikTok. She's enlightened, to say the least. She's a very, very logical woman, but she's on a different scale of existence. She's different. And that's what I'm saying. The capability is there for everyone. But when you roll down in all this media and brainwashing stuff, like, you can't be, because you're ruled by emotions. And I think that's kind of what is good about the movements that we're going through with women. Women are starting to understand. Really, they're coming out of. They're getting, a lot of women are getting divorced because the kind of understanding that the male population itself is broken, as is women are broken as well. But and they're starting to give themselves time. This is the key: giving themselves time, not running, fucking everyone that they can, but giving themselves real time, not being with people, not creating bonds with people, not being sexually active with people, because when you do that, you're not growing. You can't grow when you're sexually active with other people, because you're grabbing all their energy, you're grabbing their memories, you're grabbing bonds, you're grabbing STIs, which is, it's just an energy transfer. It's not demons per se, but you're grabbing their demons. I'm trying to think how, because demons aren't an entity per se. It's an energy signature that you put on yourself, you make on yourself. And it's trauma, it's ideas. I guess they could be their own entity, because we're so, the way that we manifest as humans, like, we create real through our imagination and through our energy signatures. And so we kind of do give life to its own things, and that's what these demons are. STI, sicknesses, STDs are literally just it's a struggle of energy. So, like, if I was to have sex with you, I wouldn't give you an STD. I can't. But you could give me one, technically. If I was weak, I'm not weak, so you technically can't give me one. 'Cause I'm stronger than you in every aspect. Every woman, I'm stronger than every woman. But every single one. There's not one that's stronger than me. There's not a male stronger than me either. Spiritually. So, whatever. If there's two random people, you guys would exchange energy signatures, and in those energy signatures, what an STD is two energies going together, and it's just, well, I guess you would say it was an infection. It's kind of like an infection. It's an infection energy, negative energy that's being put upon another one, and the other one can't fight it, and that is what it is. And then it's produced, it's manifested tangibly in a physical infection, and then your body's trying to fight it off. But and we can do that with medicines, but because it becomes physical. And that's why, like, you shouldn't just be fucking everyone that you meet. That's why I don't touch people. It's the same thing. It's fear. And so fear can be transferred through experience. And fear is just, it's rot. And this is what the news media is. This is what propaganda is. This is what all this entertainment is. It's all fear, 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 which lowers the immune system, which lowers all these things. Because everything that you are is a totality of existence, meaning everything is intertwined. Everything is a web. You are a spider web of existence. And then if you was to light the spider web on the right side at the tip of your finger, it's going to burn all the way up, and over time it's going to make it weak, and it's going to affect everything. And so everything that you do, whether you eat food that's not good for you, sugars, all this crap, whatever, anything, all things. You know, that's why there's fluoride in the water. That's why there's all these things to dumb you down, to just weaken your immune system, to weaken that spider web of whom you are. And to get them to make you docile so that you can become a sheep. You are a sheep. So you can't think for yourself. The money system is crippling. It's keeping you down, so you can't breathe. You can't even go explore. You can't even go have fun because you got to worry about this. You got to worry about that. You got to pay these bills. You got to pay this. Everything is just very complicated, and it's just to make you a sheep, to make you a slave that you already are. And the point of me is to break those chains. I broke them for myself, and I'm here to kind of deliberate and to bring people who want to come, who are willing to come, who are willing to pack up all their shit and go to the promised land with me. The journey itself is not easy. We have proof of this. The stories are this. It's not an easy task. You're going to do a lot of fucking walking. You're going to do a lot of self-reflecting. You're going to have to give up everything. You're going to have to leave what you've built. You have to leave it behind. Everything that you thought was real, you have to leave it behind. And follow me. But that's only because you won't fucking do it for yourself. And the years are here, baby. So whatever, man. It's fun, dude. And I love watching people, man. I love watching people grow. I love being in people's presence. Today was a beautiful day to me, man. Every day is so beautiful. Every day makes me fucking cry. Every day makes me cry. Because it's like, no matter how bad my life is, and it's been rough. But to me, it's been regular. And, honestly, like, it's not been that bad. Because it's regular. So I don't know anything different. It's kind of like the way I live now. It's like I try and have zero expectations on everything. And I try not to plan. I try to just do what I can do in the moment that I need to do it. And or when the moment comes, I just do what it is that I do. Like, it's that simple. The concept itself is that fucking simple. I do what I do when I do it. I don't think about doing it. I don't think about what's gonna be produced. I just do it, and then when I'm done, I'm done. That's how I tell time. I built this video, one of these videos, I don't know how long this talk is gonna be. Maybe the second video of this. I go out to the sand and I just fucking play. When I got done, it was a circle mound. Kind of looked like a clock. It is a clock. And that's how I tell time, because it's like, I don't care about time. I truly don't give a shit about time. When I'm driving around, I have my phone that I'm talking on now has one time. My truck time is different. And then the camera that I use, the other phone that I use, has another time. I don't give a shit about time. It's my time. Now, I do have, like, if I gotta meet somebody at a certain time, like, I use this time. But in the totality of things, like, I don't care about time. I care about the sunset. I know when the sunset's gonna set. I kind of know that based on time. And so when I ended up making this thing, it looks like a sundial kind of sort of thing. And it made me laugh, because it's like, I don't care. I'm going off the sunset. The sunset. And even then, I don't care. Other than I want to watch it. I want to be somewhere where I can see the sun fucking set. Like, that's my goal every day. No matter what happens, the moment I leave work, I am chasing the fucking sunset. Because that's for me. I get to see that. I'm alive. And that sunset will only happen once in all of existence. Never again. Never again. In all time will that sun be that. And me be in wherever it is that I end up to watch it. Never again. That's fucking priceless. That's fucking priceless. And then I'm alive to see it. I got breath to see it. I don't care about money. I don't care about fucking nothing. But I get to see that. I get to be somewhere. I get to play. I get to take pictures of that. Nothing else matters. Love, another person. In those moments, like, I'm lost. Yet, it's because I'm fucking found. You may call it lost. I'm fucking living. I'm listening to music. I'm excited. Energy's pouncing through my fingers, through my hands, through my body. Like I got fucking Tourette's. I want to punch someone in the face. Like, literally, like, every time. Like, just come at me, bro. I'm good, I'm bad. Someone step to me. Please. Like, this is what I live in all the time. Yet all I want to do is love you. All I want to do is hug you. Because I understand that if you come to me with some anger ass shit, like, you just need fucking love. Like, literally. You need to be embraced. You need to be fucking cuddled. As I need to be fucking cuddled. Because I didn't get any of that shit. I need to feel what it feels like. I just need someone to fucking trust me. To make me feel safe. I went to this bar later and ate supper. I got, some tomato basil soup. Fire, bro. And I asked her, I was like, she's like, what do you want to eat? I was like, well, I got soup today. So she had to go find out what it was. She came back, she kind of looked disappointed. And she was, tomato basil was like fucking perfect. Like, fucking perfect. That's what I want. Like, that's the greatest thing ever. Tomato basil soup. Fuck, that's what I want. She looked disappointed. Like she was telling me something that wasn't good. I'm like, dude, no, that's what I want. And, it's just like a base of perspective. And, like a difference of perspective. And, I don't know, she's cool. She's adorable. She makes me laugh because she's so happy when she sees me. And, it makes me happy. Because it's like, it took a minute for us to kind of build that rapport. And she understands, like, I'm such a self-sufficient human being. This is one of my weaknesses, is being so self-sufficient. Because I think people understand that they get a window of time with me. And once that window is closed, like, that window is closed. And, like, you gotta have some shit to tell me. Like, you gotta, and this is why, like, me dating is an issue. This is why I'm so intimidating. This is why women don't, because they understand that I don't give a fuck about this small talk bullshit. I don't give a fuck about this little petty ass bullshit. Like, I'm going deep every time. In every aspect, literally. I'll go deep every time. Deeper than probably you've ever had. Every time. In every aspect. And, like, because I'm going deep. I'm real. I'm not this surface level bullshit. I'm a grower. I ain't no fucking shower. But when the time is done, I'm ready to grow. I'm growing. And it's like, I'm real. And if I say I'm all in, I'm fucking all in. If I want you, I want you. I don't want half of you. I don't want a percentage of you. No. But you got to be willing to be that too. So I don't want a half-ass you. And I'm willing to whatever, but I'm learning a lot of stuff. Like, I don't want headache. I don't deserve fucking headache. I don't deserve all this petty bullshit. I don't deserve you with your kids. I don't have to deal with that. Have fun. I live my life a certain way. I don't have kids, so I'm not bringing that to you. I don't have to deal with that for you. It's not. It is what it is. I'll help you. I'll love you. We can be as much of in love platonically as possible. I'm the greatest. As much as I hate rules and regulations, I'm the greatest at them. But in order to hate them, you have to understand them. In order to stand up against rules and regulations and laws, you have to understand why they're there. Otherwise, you're just an ignorant asshole. And so, this is why I don't like rules. This is me. Call me Lucifer, call me what you want. I understood that when I came down here the first time, when I rebelled against, it was because of the rules and regulations. I knew them so well that I knew that they had to be broken. But I didn't understand the whole totality of existence. I only understood a certain time limit of understanding. I didn't have the knowledge of my creator. So when I rebelled against the first time, it was in ignorance of. I didn't give it enough time to understand why the rules and regulations were what they were. However, it had to be this way to get the totality of the game, and he knew so, and he knew that I would be the one to do it because I was made from him. I was, and so he knew that I was going to do what I did, and it's because with rules, there's two sides every time, and I just have the ability of seeing both sides, which he saw both sides, but whatever, it all worked out the way it did, and I'm not him. I was wrong. I'm less than, obviously. However, this is where we're at, and this is why I'm here. I had to right my wrongs that I did. I had to recorrect what I did in the beginning. What I'm here to do. To make it better. But overall, it had to be this way. So it's not good or bad. It was just, it. And, it's cool, man. It's fun. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna put in a Gatorade bottle. And I don't know, dude. I'm pretty excited about the future. Like I said, the way that the 24 hours of the day kind of kills me a little bit. It's slow. In the totality of things, I understand it has to be this way, but it's that patience. And this is what I call patience. I talked to a woman, and I don't know why I was calling them girls. Maybe it's because the mindsets that they're in is like girl trauma. So technically, then I probably never really truly ever met a woman, because they're all just girls. They're still children in their understanding of things, and they're not. It's not good. It's not bad. There's some. I guess Candace Owen could be a woman, and then the one woman that she's enlightened, and I would say Mary Magdalene was a woman. And this is what's crazy, is I would say a lot of prostitutes that are older are more women than these church-going women here or now. They understand a lot more things, but they've had to go through the pits. They've had to go through a lot of struggle, and then overcome them, and then become understanding of themselves. So yeah, I would say this for sure, that a working class woman is a fucking woman, where these these so-called women in these churches that are listen to their dumbass husbands who think they know everything, super submissive women, they're not women, they're girls that weren't loved enough by their fathers, and they're just girls. They don't understand anything. They don't know how to think for themselves, and they don't know how to control their emotions, and they just listen to whomever that tell them what to do. They're sheep. They're products. They're things. Okay, and that's what they look at themselves as. Whatever. There's a support. That is part of your role. However, like when you can step into the understanding of that, the support class. You look at this in any video game ever. The support class is the greatest class in the game, always. Like, that is the greatest position to be in. It has the most impact, honestly. It can be. Like, the support class is overall like the best. And based on perspective, but it's, to me, supporting your team is always the better choice. And a lot of it is because you have less pride, you have less ego, you understand your position, you understand what you're supposed to do, you understand that, like, the people that are in lead, the 80 carries, the pride and ego, they want to be, picked up and carried around the room. They need attention. Like, that is a weaker human every fucking time. Literally every time. Every alpha male is a fucking weaker human. Everything is flipped upside down. Whatever. Everyone who wants to fight for Bloodsport and Bloodsport and stuff, whatever. Each his own. Bloodsport in itself is not weak, but the boasting, the whatever, all this shit. A lot of it's a game. It's not a game per se. It is a game, but it's all about self-confidence, where, like, you can just be that thing and be that thing, and just understand that someone's always gonna be faster, stronger than you every time, almost every time. Just live on that, and then just be the best you. That's what you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about other people, but it's I don't know. I mean, it's so crazy because anything is everything, and everything is anything, and it just kind of depends on what you want to know and what you want to believe. Because I can flip it, spin it, pop it, twist it, any way that need be to make it right. And infinite possibilities. That's what this world is. That's what makes this game so beautiful. It's because it can be anything. It can be anything and all things. And so we've watched this over time, over humanity. And it's always kind of been one track, based in power, based in money. Because we kind of made it money power. And that's changing. That's what's been wrong. If we looked at an external source to be what rules us, when it was us the whole time, when it was what was in us the whole time, but there's a fine line between that, because that's what started it. That's what started it, was one human being understanding that it was in him, and that no one else was at his caliber and of understanding, and he flew with it. And then he created a system. I created a system. And then we ran from it. You know? And we ran with it. And so now I'm here to correct it. And that's a very difficult task. But because the only difference is because now it's like, and now it's my understanding that's the one that's going to correct it, but I'm correcting what I did. I can't correct the way you think. Like, I can help you, I can inspire you, I can show you the way. But unless you really want to change, if you really want to become your own authority, like if you really want to make your own decisions, if you really want to, take reins for yourself, like, it's never going to change. And that's the issue. Where I can start having these young kids that come in cleanly, if I raise them, and that will be the case. I'm not going to let you fuck them up. When I raise them and teach them the way, they'll be able to come clean and be better than me. But the adults now and stuff like that, a lot of that shit, they're too far gone. And we're just gonna have to let them go through there and deal with their own judgment on themselves, because until you get punished enough by yourself, like, you're never gonna change. That's why punishment, like, I look at how it's gonna be implemented in the future, and everything that I do, like, you're literally gonna understand, like, no, you made the punishment against yourself. I'm gonna have these punishments in place, but I'm not the one making you break them. Like, any action that you do to break these rules is you. It's not me. You're gonna be fucking fed. You're gonna have housing. You're gonna have a purpose. And so anything that you do outside of that line is like, no, that's your own evil desires that want to do such. Like, you have to go out of your way to make these things happen. And so when the punishment comes, because I see everything, when the punishment comes for what you do in the dark, like, that's, you did it on your own. I didn't do it. The rules that I have in place weren't, like, they weren't even, like, there's no reason you done it. There's no reason for you to do what you done. Like, none. like, literally none. Other than your own evil desires. Like, you literally had to you had to drive 100 miles to get there and then do the act. Like, no. It wasn't opportunity based. This is based on the window theory, broken window theory. Well, if there's a broken window in a neighborhood, then the opportunity is that if someone was to see that broken window, then they would break in. Because the window's already broken. It means no one's there. Opportunity. I'm not giving you the fucking opportunity. Everything that's going to be in place is not giving you the opportunity to create this so-called sin or to create these so-called crimes. Therefore, that anything in the future that does happen once I'm in lead, it's you. And so the judgment that comes on you is literally all on you. Like, this is how crazy of a judge I am. This is how crazy of a leader I am. This is how crazy that my creator has implemented these ideas on me. These rules and regulations. That everything that will be in place will be such. That if you do these acts against these rules and regulations, then you did them. When there was no opportunity to do such. There was no temptation to do such. There was no external devil. So the only way that you did them was because of you. You can't blame this on no external devil, because I'm the fucking devil. I'll wear 666 on my fucking forehead. And I'll lead you. I'll do whatever you dumbass people think it is. And I'm not making you do shit. Every action that you do take is you. Everything that you do that you so-called is evil is you. There is no external devil. It's your own evil desires and wants and fucking, you want to get your dick sucked by that, you do that. You take advantage of that girl that's still in fucking high school, you did that, not me. And you blame it on, no. Take responsibility for your own fucking actions. A girl, and this is what's crazy. It's just more pedophile females than there is males. Way more. Way more. You have fun with that. Have fun with that, yo dirty ass bitches. You wanna know who fucking diddled me? Women. You have fun with that when you get a little bitty ass kid with a big ass dick. Have fun with that. Yeah, and then you fuck me up. And this is where I'm at now. My dick is not that big, I guess. It's just regular to me. I'm a grower. It is what it is. It's the size that it is. I don't know if it's big or not. It's big enough. But this is the whole point of all of it. It's like it's your own evil desires that causes shit to happen. No one else does it. And that's the future. And I laugh. I laugh because it's like I understand that, like, really a lot of the times, like, the shit that I talk about is fucking seems crazy as shit, and only time will tell. But I'm right. It is what it is. And I'll be where I need to be when I need to be there. But these are the goals. This is the purpose of me. And even if for some reason in this lifetime I don't make it to do what I need to do, I'll come back and do it. But I'm also a totality of things. There's many in me. And this is my purpose. Yeah, I sound like an idiot, I guess. I don't know. I sound like I'm crazy, but I'm not. I have goals, I have dreams, I have aspirations. My aspirations and dreams are to fucking fix this earth. That way a little brown kid doesn't get fucking molested. That way, no one does. That way, these stupid ass religious bullshit doesn't control and hide everything. And then try and cover it up, and then you so-called or okay. But the real repercussions of what you've done in the past don't play. And it is what it is. Like, it had to be this way. I'm not mad about it. I just want to quit it. I just want to stop it. I just want people to be fucking happy. Not struggling, not suffering because of a book that you have to take on blind faith. In every religion. Of history that you don't even fucking know is true. Literally. There's no proof. Literally. I could have wrote a book 3 generations ago and you can fucking believe it. Have fun. Have fun. Build your life on it and still fucking not be happy. Tell me why you're not happy. Literally. You build your life. I I'm fucking happy. I'm not reading any book. Literally. I'm fucking happy. I don't have a mate. I don't have that partner here, but other than that, and even, you know, this is what's crazy. Is I would say 99.9% of my day, I'm fucking happy without them. Without kids. Without a wife. Without someone riding shotgun with me. Or me riding shotgun with her. And in the brief moments, I'm like, this is 100%, but it would be 101% with one other person with me. That trusted me, that loved me. That had those little bit of extra aspects of life. But what do I keep doing? I keep living. I keep enjoying life. I keep chasing the fucking sun. I keep charging my fucking self. Dude, I can sit there and charge my body with the sun. Literally. I do it every fucking time I go out there. It gives me fucking power. You watch me. I'll fucking charge my hands. I can fucking feel the fire. And as soon as I get done, I can fucking lift weight. I can pick up whatever the fuck I want. Literally. Call it a fallacy, call it fake. It doesn't matter, it fucking works. And I feel it. But I am a vessel. This world is made for us. We breathe the oxygen of. We eat the chlorophyll of. This is life. Green. Green is the color of life. It is alive. In winter, which we're in now, everything is going dormant. Everything is resting. To prepare for the spring. To bloom again. To oxygenate the earth. The snow comes down and takes the chemicals. It's heavy. It pushes all the chemicals into the ground and purifies everything. Like the way the whole system of the earth is fucking perfect. Think about the processes of the way things work. Rain goes up, it's gas, and then it's heavy, and it cleans the earth. Like acid rain, it's pushing it back to the ground, and then it goes through the soil, so it's purified again. Like, everything is perfect, except humans. We're just stupid. We're done. We're dumb. We're done, and we're dumb. All about want. We want this, we want that, we want more, we want more, we want more. Never content. Never content. To me, like I said, I'm believe me, like I'm telling you. Like I want kids and a wife. That's it. You know, whatever I need to do to maintain that. Like that's the goal. Help people? Yeah, I want to help people. But as far as like materialistic stuff goes, I could give a shit less. I want kids and a wife and whatever I need to do to protect that. That's my wants. That's my desires. I'm a male. I want to protect. I need something to protect. I need something to lead. You know, and it sucks, honestly, because it's like it's whipping me out of that nature, nurture, feminine traits, which I love. Because I didn't have it. And so for a time, I was able to give it to myself. And now it's like I know I'm going to give it to myself forever. But it's like understanding now, like I have to be a masculine. But it's weird because it's like I don't know how to be a good one. I don't know what's right in being a masculine. I don't know if I just need to go tell this woman, well, you just, whatever. Get your ass over here. I'm sick of this. You know what you're supposed to do. That just makes zero sense. I don't want to rule you like that. I want you to want to be with me. Not because I told you to and I make you. Which is part. I can do it. And then I can fight any male suitor that wants to take her from me. Because they have nothing on me. Literally. But that makes zero sense to me. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. That's just dumb. And then at the same time, it's like, well, then maybe she's not the one. I mean, she definitely is, but it takes time. It's a healing process, so she has to go through shit on her own. That's the whole point. I have to have passion for that. Because like the journey that I've gone in took me time. It took me a lot of time and self-reflection to know what I want and need and what's good for me. And so she's, you know, like every female has to do that on her own. I met this girl at this bar tonight, which we talked actually a little bit ago. And I think I know her from a long time ago, honestly. And she just kind of looks a little different, but obviously we're older, you know, 20 years older, you know. And but we were kind of talking about that. She was like, yeah, you know, I got a divorce and I just got out of a year-long relationship with a narcissist. So I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you I'm a narcissist. But I am. But we all are. And I kind of told her that. And I was like, well, I was like, you just need to fucking be alone. Like, you're telling me you want to be alone. I was like, well, then you need to fucking just be alone. Learn how to be happy on your own without someone. Like, you need to be alone. That means not go getting dicked all the time. You need to fucking be alone. There's a huge difference between you saying you're going to be alone and then getting dicked every night of the week. There's a huge difference. Like, you need to learn how to control your own sexual desires. That's part of being alone. You know, I don't understand. So I don't understand women. Like, I don't know, you can diddle yourself all the time or DJ yourself all the time. It's different than a male. Because if I was masturbate all the time, like, I'm literally blowing my life force out. Like, my greatest energy out. And I'm wasting it. Women, I don't know, they're different. Because they're just a vessel. They harness and create life. My life force goes into them and creates a baby. Helps create a baby, whatever, with their stuff. It's two different things. So, you know, whatever. So maybe for women, but see, they're receiving that life force. So they're receiving memories, they're receiving a bunch of shit. They don't need to be going getting dicked all the time. Like, you just need to separate. Because you can never heal yourself if you keep grabbing all this other human's energy. All these other humans' memories, all these other humans' demons, all these other humans' STDs and stuff like that, which are just demons, and the demon itself is just negative energy on them. But you can't go heal yourself when you're grabbing all this new information all the time, because you never know what's you, and you can't fight it off if you're not strong enough. And if you're going to get dicked all the time, you're not strong enough. If you're seeking attention all the time, you're not fucking strong enough. You don't know how to be alone, and you gotta have that attention from other parties. So, like, you just need to fucking be celibate. You know, for a little bit. I guess DJ yourself all you want. Have fun. Figure out how to make you happy. Your own self. But see, there's a trap in that too. So masturbation, in the same sense. So master. You're mastering something. You're mastering how to self-pleasure yourself. Therefore, in the act itself of masturbation, you're mastering yourself. Therefore, you don't need anyone to please you. And then anything less than that is going to be different. You know. And so, like, it's a problem because the aspect of sex itself is surrender. And surrender to the other party. and to get max benefit from other said party, you can't be the master of, because then they can't be the master of you in that surrender. And so it's a learning process of you. Like, you got to quit masturbating yourself in order to allow and surrender to that other party to help hit you to your euphoric highs. Because it's a trap in itself. But it's good to be by yourself. But when you're by yourself, you don't need to be masturbating, because then, like I said, you're becoming a master of yourself, and then everything else won't live up to the standard, because you know how to get yourself off. Therefore, you know the quickest, most efficient way to get yourself off for your max pleasure. And so, like, masturbation itself is a trap. That's what pornography and all that stuff is. It's a compounding effect of negativeness. And it leads to a society of you not needing other people to procreate. Everything leads to procreation. Everything leads on to, keeping the human race. That's what it was implemented for, was for you to procreate. And so the masturbation itself and pornography and all that stuff is a trap to get you to not need anyone. Where, like I said, you need to learn how to be happy on your own, but you don't need to be. You need that desire in another human being that you can surrender to and be intimate with, because that's the only way you can grow. Because at some point you're gonna grow with yourself, and that's it. Because you still need relationships, you still need all those other aspects of existence to continue to grow and to continue to just master being a human. But you can't, like I said, once you masturbate enough, like you're a master of yourself. And you know everything that's going to get you off, what it takes, a matter of time. And you need that other person to surrender to. But that intimacy and all that stuff. But whatever, man, that's another topic in itself. But to each his own, man. Have fun with that. Do what you want to do. I don't care. Fuck it. I don't give a shit what you do. Yeah. It's your own shit. Because you got to face it. And at some point, like I said, the walls come down and you're going to have to face it. The new world's coming and you're going to have to face it. You're going to have to change. And there won't be these things in the future. Like, pornography will be gone in the future. But, as much as I like seeing titties and pussy and all that stuff, like, whatever, like, it's gotta go. There's no other option. And we can watch this in history. Like, every time sexuality rules the country, any country, like, it's the downfall. It's right before the downfall of that country. Every single time. Rome, all of them. Like, just watch it. And so, it all kind of brings you back into like coupling up, where it's like you have to have rules and regulations in this idea of pleasure, because pleasure itself is a trap. But everything needs balance. Everything needs balance. Everything needs rules. Everything needs regulation. Everything needs guidelines. Because extremes of anything, whether good or bad, is bad. Like, literally. Too much of a good thing is bad every single time. Codependent on somebody is bad. Doesn't mean you don't have trust and you don't need them, but you need, like in a relationship, like you need two independent people that have their own lives, have their own jobs technically, or their own, I wouldn't say own jobs. A husband and wife, honestly, I kind of look at it. I watch husbands and wives that they need separate time together, away from each other. They need their own wants. They need their own desires. They need their own things that they work for separately. It's good to have like that companionship and shit, but you need your separate time, because you get engulfed in becoming one. And I think it can work. It can work. And the only difference is I'm trying to think. It's communication, though. Because the whole thing is like, say you guys had a fight and you guys could never get away and think. And it's not even about getting away and thinking. It's about communicating. And so if you don't communicate and you guys are enclosed in the workplace together all day, every day, and you don't have time to even think in your head about what you need to do or say or whatever, any of it, like, you just start to build resentment. So it's all about communication and not letting resentment build. So like if you have an issue with someone, you need to kind of say it as soon as possible so you don't build resentment or a story or a fantasy. And it's funny to me. It's kind of, I've seen things where like people would have dreams about their husbands or wives cheat. Not mostly it's women that have that dreams that their husband cheats on them, right? And then they get pissed off at him. And it's like, this is why women can't rule the world, because you have a fucking dream and then you're pissed off at your husband because of a dream you had about him cheating on you. And it's like, that's why we can't. Like, if you can't see that, if you can't see the stupidity in that, like, you're a fucking, that's a problem. Like, you can't, like, you had the dream of your insecurities of your husband, which maybe he was cheating. Yeah, I'll give you that. But maybe he is cheating. Maybe he is too flirty. Maybe all these things that give you the reason to be pissed off. But it's like, it's a fucking dream. And until you catch him in the act, like, you can't fucking blame him for a dream that you had. And like, you can't. That's the most ignorant, illogical thing you could even think of. Like, something happens in a movie that someone else created, a totally different story, and then you blame your husband for that. Like, that's kind of the dumbass logic. Zero logic. And so, like, as a woman, you just need to be able to be like, it's just a fucking story, and then control your emotions of that. That's the whole point. You're just not in control of your emotions. And I'm not shitting on women. I'm just saying you're capable of controlling your emotions. This is kind of me living life in the delusions, in fantasies. The only difference is I understand logically when I'm in a fucking delusion. Okay? This is the only reason I can speak about this stuff. It's because I can live in my emotions and understand when my emotions are fucking flawed. When my emotions are not real, because I don't have enough information to base my life on fucking said emotions. And this is me, like, in a fantasy about maybe a potential partner. This is why I keep my distance and I just live in that emotion, because it's helping me get through. Helping me not feel alone. But I'm not fucking forcing it. I'm not going out there doing all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm separating what could be a fantasy and what's real. But it's because I'm logically able to do such. And then, like I said, it's 1% of my life, not 99%. I'm not dictating my actions based on such. Even if my feelings and when I'm in her vicinity, I can feel her, but she can't even look me in the fucking eye. But whatever, to each his own. But whatever, there's a lot of stuff. But I can still live 99% of my life not in a fucking delusion and just do what I have to do logically to keep going. But like I said, women are capable of this. If they're capable of becoming a masculine and purpose-driven, then you're capable of controlling your emotions. Or at least understanding your emotions enough to bypass them and go, those are my emotions? What is logic? What is logic? But you need both. You need both. It's how to become the best you. You need both, whether you're male or female. Because logic, like I said, logic itself is fucking stupid. Because logic is external sources. But together, it's right. And it's very kind of hard. It's hard to say It's kind of hard to explain it. Because I look at males a lot of times, and then look at. It's very hard for me to It's like this, the gift of a woman's intuition. But then what would the men have? Because men are stupid too, dude. So men have logic, but men are controlled animalistic. So like, men's downfall is their dick and pride and ego. And then women is emotion. And not being steadfast in their emotion and logic. And understanding like when they're just emotionally fueled and then that they need to take a second to think about it logically too, instead of react. So women, so emotion causes you to react, where if women just responded, gave them time to think about the emotions, feel the emotions, and then use a little bit of logic to go like, where are these emotions coming from? Why are these emotions here? Like logically, what are the outcomes if I do said thing based on emotions? Like, what are my options? Then they would be fine. Men, like, their weakness is getting their dick sucked. Women, chasing that pleasure, and then pride and ego. And pride and ego is all wrapped up in the women desiring them, right? And or getting something from that said woman. Whatever. You know, and then a lot of it is broken kids, men now, not being loved enough. You know, nature nurtured. They need to be cuddled. They need all this shit. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know. So you got to be in between that, where it's like now it's like the issue with me is like now like if I can somewhat control my sexual desires pretty decently. I'm not saying I'm perfect because it's very difficult. It's not easy at all. But being able to understand emotions, trust my intuition, and things that so now 90% of my life I let my intuition rule me. But I look at my intuition as a combination of emotions and logic, but at a scale that I don't understand. So by the time I have so my intuition is a combination. It's a combination. It's two arrows. One of the arrows is logic. One of the arrows is emotion. And that, boom, to the point is intuition. Meaning, before the situation came up, before the emotion, or before the intuition was even implemented, my body, my brain, my vessel, my energy, my existence used both of those and came up with the best answer. Now, anything past that is stupid. Anything past that is going to be either more emotion or more logic. Any second guess is more of such said thing, which is ultimately circles back around to a previous time in my life of trauma. Some experience where I didn't listen to my intuition, but I listened to external sources to form that. And then that, if I was to do second said option, which would be not my intuition, which would be not of God, that would be other thing. which is wrong. And so the issue is like learning to listen to your intuition. And it's very difficult. But it's an ongoing battle, and it's going to be an ongoing battle forever, because like it's always a learning lesson, and it's always trusting yourself more and more and more. It's a never-ending game of trusting yourself, and so it's like you're never going to be perfect in listening to your intuition. You're just not. You can't, because it happens so quick. It happens so quick, so it's just like you just gotta respond super quick. And because I look at myself now, and so it's like sometimes you're not listening, you're not focused, or you're distracted, and so like you miss your intuition, and then you go straight into those secondary understandings of existence, where you could be wrong. You could still be right. You could still be right, but you can still come up with a favorable outcome, right? But it's not your intuition, and you just got to get better. And like for me, when I'm at work, when I'm going through my work, it just is. Like my intuition is right every time. Even if my intuition causes me to have to go back and fix something, my intuition is right, because it's exactly what I needed to do in order to learn that lesson. With whatever I had, a lot of times it has to do with what I have at the time. Well, sometimes like I don't have everything I need to even perform the task perfectly, but I have to mess up the task first with what I do have. It's like it's not gonna be good enough. But my intuition tells me I need to do this way, and then once I do it, I'm like, well, I don't have enough of said things to perform it the best possible way. So then, at that point, then my intuition kicks in again and goes, well, you need to go get said thing at the store to make it right. But like my day-to-day life, when I'm stepping in my truck, when I'm chasing the sun, when I'm living my life, my intuition is right. Every fucking time. I go to a gas station, meet a guy. It was so crazy. I went in this direction. I whipped around, came back, went to this gas station, and I walked. I walked in. I was hype on this song right now. This song just gives me so crazy hype. And I see him get out of the truck, and he's fucking wobbling bad. Like I go in there and get whatever. And I look at him like, your back hurt, man? He's like, yeah. And he's like, I broke my back and my knee on my hip. I was like, all I can say, what I said was like, well, maybe now is the time for you to fucking work on your mind. And he was like, dude, he was like, I was just talking about this with another dude. I was like, yeah. I was like, you never would have. No, I was like, sometimes things happen that force you to give yourself time, because you never. I think I said like, how old are you? And he's like 65. I was like, you've never took the time to work on your mind. He's like, well, I got good insurance, all this stuff. I was like, yeah. I was like, so now is the time to work on your mind. He's like, dude, what? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, take care of this dude before me. And then he bought my drink, you know. And but it's like I would have never been in that situation if I wouldn't have whipped the U-turn, if I wouldn't have did this, if I wouldn't have felt to go somewhere else. And it's like it was meant to be, me and him, in a one instant, just one random thing, set of time, and like there's no reason why I should have been there. And it's an energy drink, man. But it's like understanding, and it's like, so I leave that place and I head to the beach or whatever. And like I'm fucking like about to cry in my cry, because it's like everything is so perfect that me meeting that man and just going, look, flip flip this. Flip what you just went through. Fuck your broken back and your hip. Now it's time for your mind. And when I said that, like, he acknowledged it and was like, well, fuck. Like, light bulb went off in his head. I saw it. He's like, yeah. Like, yeah. Like this random stranger, the first words that came out of his mouth was, maybe it's time for you to work on your mind. And I'm like, dude, and to me when I said it, I was like, fuck, like it's exactly what it's supposed to be. Like he doesn't understand that, and he doesn't know. But I know. I know that whatever diverted me to go to this random ass store to get a drink that I technically don't need, just to be in somebody else's energy, just to be myself for another human being. Like, that's fucking purpose. That's fucking purpose. And then my clocks, all my random ass clocks match up in time for that. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's like I know everything that I do is important and exactly what it's supposed to be because I listen to my feelings, because I listen to that intuition, that first thought. And that's what dictates my life. And it's like, I look back at the past, and it's like, I can't even, dude, this is what's so crazy. It's like, I never even listen to my feelings. I never listened to, like, I never lived my life like this before. I mean, I did. I would go, I did. Like, I would just jump in the truck and go fishing and then end up where I'm at. And, but I didn't do that with my whole life. So now that people are involved in that, and I'm aware of it, and I'm understanding, like, I met this random human being. I met this girl last night. We talked for 20 minutes or something at a restaurant. Everywhere I'm going, I'm meeting these humans, and I'm talking to them for time, for a decent amount of time, you know? And, it's like understanding that, like, whatever, like, these interactions that I have are exactly what they're supposed to be, and they're perfect. And, like, it could be the only time that they can meet me or hear me or feel me. And that whatever I can do in that time, I can just let them know that I'm listening, they're not alone. And that maybe if I don't say I love them, they can at least feel that I'm giving them attention and time and focus, and that I do love them. And that I hate that whatever it is that they're going through, like, maybe they can feel that I've gone through it too. And that they're not alone. And like I said, I met a girl tonight at the restaurant, and it was kind of that. It was like, dude, I'm the same way. I'm a fucking helper. Like, I always gave and gave and gave, and, like, I understand I'm comfortable in the chaos. And this is what we kind of talked about. It was like that we were both comfortable in the chaos, but I was like, but I don't fucking deserve that. You know, like, I don't need to be in the chaos, you know? Like, I deserve peace. You know, I deserve a mate that's peaceful. I don't deserve to have to come into a bunch of shit, you know, just to survive, like, or just to feel love. Like, no, just for a minute, I don't deserve it. And that's kind of where it pushes me with, like, well, I don't need to go save a single mom. And I hate to say save, but it's like, I don't need to be with a single mom and have to deal with the repercussions of her actions. And it's not that what she's done is good or bad, but it's like, I've lived my life a certain way. Well, I'm not bringing in that type of baggage. And baggage is fine. Like, everyone has baggage, literally. But it's like, I don't have to deal with an ex. You know, why would I deserve to do that? I don't. Maybe I do marry a single mom, and, you know, if that's the case, like, more than likely me and her husband would be fine. He may hate me, but I trigger everyone. So, but he would still be I would still do the best that I could do to make him a better human being. I would still love him the same, and whatever. Because I mean, he's part of those kids. He's those kids' dads. Like, I'm gonna fucking love him the same. He created those kids, and I have to love those kids the same, like, as they're mine. Like, if that was the case. And so, it's like, well, I only want the best for him. I want him to be the best fucking dad that he can be for those girls, our son and daughter, like, every single time. Like, whomever that I would marry, even if they had kids. And I can manage it. It's not a big deal to me. Like, to me, it's regular. And that's what's so funny is me and her were just talking. It's like, the shit that we kind of went through is like, it's regular. Like, it's regular. We don't know anything different. Like, so anything is actually better than what we've gone through. You know, like, anything is, like, easy. And so it's like, it's not bad, but I don't want to have to deal with it either. You know, I don't need someone being a dick to me just for no fucking reason because now I'm banging their old lady, the ex-old lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not cool. And that's how stupid and simple they would see it, you know? Like, oh, well, she left me and now she's with him, so he's a bad guy. You know, and I get it. I have compassion for you. But it's like, it's two-sided. You did some stuff that's wrong, too. And she did some stuff that's wrong, too. And hopefully she's better now. But who knows? Because who knows? Like I said, I do have a soft spot for single moms. But that's because I was in that. And, but I'm understanding my own worth and understanding that I don't have to deal with that. There's many fish in the sea. Yeah, maybe I got to go get a 20-something-year-old girl, and I feel bad about that. And I feel so bad. I feel so bad because it's. I watch myself with these younger girls, and they're so drawn into me, and I just keep my boundaries with them because it's like, number one, I'm not gonna break you. Like, it's not that I'm going to break you. You have to live your life. Like, it took me till I'm 35 to even get a hint of idea of whom I am. I was like, I'm not going to stop you at 20. You know, like, that's not cool. Like, you need to express yourself and live your life. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, that's too young. Like, you're still a fucking child. And, you know, whatever. I mean, some girls are pretty mature at that age, and I could, if I'm at the right one, but they would have to be on the same page and be willing to, like, sacrifice, like, the loss of exploration, which, at the end of the day, I'd probably let them explore anyways, to be honest with you. I think I can handle that. Not right now, but in time. I think I would be okay with that. Maybe. We just have to be, it's just communication. Plus, like I said, I don't know. You know, poly, whatever, is possible. In the long term. I think it's possible. But I'm understanding love and platonic love is something different. And I'm kind of looking at a lot of things differently, like where I think platonically can be more and platonic at the same time. There's a possibility where you and someone could be both. And then as time progresses, like, you still want to explore things or try new things. And I think there's a possibility. Where we could still be together in a sense, but still kind of explore outside of ourselves as well, or bring people in. I see it as as the bond grew and as we grew closer together and trusted and stuff like that. It's possible. It just kind of depends on communication and trust, and then understanding, like, what are we willing to risk? Because there's always a risk factor in that, external factors. There's always a risk. And so I may not want to risk it, she may not want to risk it. But then again, to each his own. And who knows? And I think it's different for men and women. I think kind of just depends, though, you know. And it kind of depends on a lot of things, really. It kind of depends on what she's attracted to, too. Like, if she's into girls as well, then that's a possibility, too. Because then I could have another wife or something, or whatever, when we could just be whatever. That's all possibility. I don't know, man. I don't know the fucking right answers. All I know is it's all about two at first, and then we can kind of go and see what we want at the end, you know, as we progress. Because I'm more than, like I said, every day I kind of understand that I'm more than capable of loving more than one person at a time, max. However, I wouldn't. I kind of look at the story of like Rebecca and Leah, whatever her name was, Leah, where he had to marry both the sisters. Where he wanted the second one, but he got hoodwinked by the dad and had to marry the first one first. And then 7 years of work for the second one. And like, to me, like, he wanted the second one so bad because he actually loved her. Like, that's real love. But, you know, he just, whatever, he fucked her and had kids with the first one. But to me, it's like, that makes me feel like if I was that I'd feel like shit. Because then it's like, I loved the second one. I'd never want to hurt her. And the act of me being with the first one, even though I had to do that act with the first one to get the second one, which is the one that I really wanted and loved completely, like, it would always kind of be a stain, right? And so it's like, that's where it's like, I never want to hurt her ever. Like, she's number one, always. Like, it would be a scale. Oh, that didn't work out the way I planned. It would be a scale. And it's like, that's the whole thing. It's like, I just try and go through life and not hurt people. And especially people I love. And so that would be a thing for me. It's like, I don't ever want to do something to hurt her. Even if it had something to do with, like, even if I love someone else. I just would never want to get myself in a situation to hurt the first. Which means I wouldn't have a second, you know, because I just only need one, because I'm content with one. And that's the whole point, is like being content, like learning to be content with what you got in one. And like I said, for me, that's more than plausible. Even though, like, I could have platonic relationships with tons of women now and love them completely as a person, but not technically want sexual relationships with them, even though, like, I'm not saying that, like, if the time was what it was, I wouldn't. But only because I don't have a one right now. But if I had a one, then that would X out all those. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wouldn't. Unless for some reason me and number one had a communication where having relationships with other would be okay. And, like, really okay. Not just her saying that shit, but, like, 100% okay. So I would just never want to do that, ever. Like, that's shitty. Like, that's just shitty. That's shitty. Like, you're a shitty human being. In any aspect. Like, think about it. In every aspect. Like, in every aspect, there's not a right. I don't care what the other person was doing. Like, you can either be like, well, we're not going to be married anymore, and then I'll go get dicked or whatever. That's what you want to do. But, you know, I'll go have sex with another girl. Like, in every aspect. That's just disrespectful as fuck. Like, literally. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, that's just fucked up. Like, in every aspect. Like, you have zero morals or self-respect for yourself. And then you have zero respect for the other person. Like, ever. And I'm not saying that I won't ever be maybe the dude that they do that with. unknowingly. But if I know it, I would hope that I don't do it. But I'm not going to say that I won't. That's just bullshit. I mean, I may. But then, like, I'm going to have to wake up the next day and be like, fuck. What did I do? You know? And that's kind of shitty. But I'm just honest enough to go, you know, I could be one to do such. I hope not. But I could. You know, and then if you want to put a scale on it, if someone's married, that's one thing, and if someone's just boyfriend and girlfriend, that's another thing. But at the same time, it's still shitty. So I don't know. I just try to live to these little morals and stuff of things that I don't want people to do to me. And that's what me and this girl talked about. It's like, she kind of said, she's like, I just don't want people to feel like I did. So I want to help them. And then you got to get lost in that boat of helping other people because you don't want them to feel what you felt. And it's like, yeah, it's a fucking trap because, like, no one's going to fucking help you that way. And, or capable of it. Really. But whatever, man. I don't know, it's cool. Life is cool. Life is fun. Like, all of this is fun. And I honestly, it's so funny. I look at my talks, I listen to my talks, and dude, in the beginning, they're so fucking just fueled. And then, like, I simmer down. They're so just blazing in the beginning. And then they, like, simmer down, and I kind of, like, I step into myself. And that's kind of that woman, man, understanding of me where, like, in the beginning, everything's fucking super high-strung emotional. And then as time progresses, I mellow back out into balance. Where I kind of get excited in talking in the beginning. You know, the music is more fresh. I'm kind of geared up. You know, it's been a minute since I talked. You know, I think it was Sunday, so today's Wednesday, which is pretty good. 3 days instead of a week. And I thought about it today. I was like, I thought about talking last night, and I was like, nah, I'm tired. And I get such withdrawal. I haven't listened to my talk in a couple of days because I listened to it like fucking 7 times in a couple of days. 7 or 8 times or more, which is 3 hours a pop. That's 20 something hours. 21 hours in like 2 days of me talking to myself. And it's like, I already got everything I need to out of it. Let's listen to music for today, and then ended up today. And it's like, it's actually really cool. What's cool is, like, once a talk goes off, like, the YouTube will, like, kind of, whip over to another one of my talks, like, if I halfway listen to it. And so it will start at, like, a certain spot, and it's so fucking cool, man. I actually, one day I want to, like, if there's a way, it's going to be kind of difficult. I would kind of have to be at home or something, or my computer, where I could just clip it. Every single time, I could just listen to talks, and as they ended and they started somewhere else, start it, and clip it, and clip it, and clip it. I just created, like, a collaboration of talks, however it randomly came up. And cause some of that shit's fire, bro. It's so fire to me because it builds off each other, and when that happens, like, everything lines into place. And this is why a lot of the stuff that I go through, like, people don't understand, because you can't. It's not for you. I'm gonna pour a Gator bottle. But, like, everything is just perfect in synchronicity. And, like, everything's exactly what it's supposed to be in the timing that it's supposed to be done. And that's why I love my life. Because it's like everything just is for me. Like, literally, well, it is my life. And it's like, say you was to have an accountant, a random external accountant of taking inventory of your life, like, they would have to be with you 24 hours a day, and even then, even then they wouldn't understand it. Because even if they logged every action or everything that was happening in your life, they still missed out because they don't understand the totality of it. They don't understand when it started and the things that you've gone through. They don't see it through your eyes. They don't have all your memories set. And so like they can't even comprehend or connect like all the actions that are in play over time. And how they all add up. And they could be the best mathematician in the world, but they cannot comprehend how it all adds up. And like that concept in itself is just so fucking beautiful, because every interaction that you do have, every time, every second, every song, every red light, every green light, every stop sign, everything is catered extremely exactly just for you. And everything has its perfect place and designated time. And it's like once you start to become aware of that and you accept it as it is, dude, like life, this is why I'm so happy. It's because I understand that every action happens exactly the way it's supposed to. Every action, every reaction is exactly what it's supposed to for a lesson, for time. And it all builds, it's all compounding, it's all congruent, and it's all everything up until this point, and everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. So I can only accept it as it is. I can only be appreciative of it. Everything. And it's like everything. And I look at other people's lives and I'm like, that's shitty, and it has to be that way. But it's like, especially like, man, I got a family member that has some rough ass shit, and it's like how do you reshape the positive, you know? How do you reshape it into a positive? How do you reshape it into positive? And it's like, the only thing I can say is any life lived is such. Any time that you have is such. Any existence, any moment, any love, any breath, any food, any excitement, any joy, any laughter is such. And it should be appreciated. Because some don't get that. Some don't get that. And so if you just have that, if you've had that, and if you can focus on that, the good, the laughter, the jokes, even the tears together, the time together, the moments together, you have that forever until you don't. And if you can live off that, you know. And that when someone's gone and you're still here, yeah, it's tough. But focus on the good you had. Focus on the games you played. You know, focus on the laughs and the birthdays, and easier said than done, but I can't change it. And if you live in the past, you live in the doubt, you live in the regrets, and that's where you live. And the regrets and the sadness and the what you don't have anymore. And you focus on the 1% of the things that you don't have when there's 99% of everything else that you do have. And the things that need you, and the people that need you now. And yeah, not easy. Not easy. And maybe I know nothing about such. And I do know you're in control of your own mind. what you give your attention to has power. It has a lot of fucking power. Because you're powerful. You're everything. You're the only thing. You're it. In every aspect, you're it. I'm it for me, and you're it for you. Be perfect. And in being perfect, it just means live for now. Focus on the now. Focus on what you do have, not what you don't. Fucking dance. Dance, move, laugh, giggle, break stuff. Fuck. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the breath that gives you fucking life. Where is that from? Whom is that from? It's from your creator. The one who created all of this. Whether you believe or you don't believe. You have to believe when you... That's somewhere. There's something. And it's always a transitive property. Because you're like, well, oxygen comes from a tree. So, trees are my God. Because trees give me life. And you could say, well, yeah, okay, that's cool. Trees are your God, that's fine. But who made the trees? And then you would go, well, boom. Some created the plant of the trees. So whoever planted the trees is your God. And then, well, boom. The tree came from a seed. So whoever created a seed, boom, is your God. All paths lead to a creator. All paths. Every path. Every single one. A creator. Singular. Believe what you believe, believe not. When you breathe, that's a gift. It's a gift from the trees. It's a gift from a seed. That is a gift from a sower. And that sower is your creator. Have fun. That's what's so cool about him, man. It's not a hymn per se, but it's the same, you know. I know I've done a lot of wrong, and I know my perception on life was wrong. I know it was childish and selfish, blinded, to say the least. But I look back at life and it's like, you know, a lot of people's helped me, a lot of people loved me. And I look at it like now it's like, well, I'm by myself and maybe I'm pushed away or neglected people that loved me in certain ways. But it's like I had to learn to love myself. So I kind of had to learn what love was. And the only way I could do that was by just leaving me as the option, right? To get love. To love myself, to give myself time, to give myself the attention that I needed. Because no one else I will say this: no one else was capable of to give me the attention that I needed. I didn't get that attention as a child. I didn't get the love, nature, nurture that I needed as a child. And maybe, and I said, I think I needed more. I definitely needed more, because the task of such was to replace the impossible. You can't replace something that you don't have, or that you lost completely. Like it's gone. You can't replace that. You can put something in the hole there, but it's never going to be the same thing, right? You got a void. You can put something in that void, but it's never that thing. It's never going to fit. It's a puzzle piece that you don't have the piece for. So there's always going to be gaps. There's always going to be holes. And so it's like, I understand that now. It's like, it doesn't matter how many people were there, how many people I was surrounded with. Like, you can't fill a fucking gap. You can't. If it's an octagon, like, there's no way you can fill that hole if you have a fucking star. Like, you're gonna have all these gaps. And so it's kind of like that, where it's like, yeah, maybe I had a replacement of, but it was never enough, because I lost the whole piece. And the only way to repair it was with me, because I'm the puzzle maker of myself. And so like, I had to fill that hole. And I like to look at religion this way a little bit, because I'm starting to understand that, like, this sounds really weird. It kind of sounds bad. Being that there's these rules on this world, and I don't know this to be true, but for me, I'm going to say this: God didn't fill my void. I did. I had to fill it. He could have filled it for me. He's capable of such, but he didn't. I had to fill my own void. I had to rebuild a puzzle piece and reshape it. I had to do that, not him. He could have done it, but what was the point of that be? And it comes to the whole act again of, like, if you don't learn your lesson, if you don't learn how to fucking fish, you're gonna be hungry forever. And until you understand that concept, like, you won't understand anything. Because if you're missing the skill, we can give you everything all day long. But if you don't understand how to do it on your own, it's never gonna work. You're gonna fail. You're just gonna roll back down the steps. You're gonna end up in the same spot that you started. And so in the journey itself, it's fucking difficult. And it sucks. And you gotta be patient. And you gotta go through all the lessons on your own, because if you bypass one, if you skip one, if we, gave you a rocket boost past one, like, that's not good for you. You could think it was, oh, I breezed through this, it was awesome, I got a booster seat, I was gifted this. But it's like, if you don't have the basic understanding of things and how to beat them and how to control yourself and how to control your sexual desires and how to not be blackballed or how to not this is the same thing with the president. It's like, I did not have sexual relationships with that woman. Well, you did. She sucked your dick. That's fine. That's cool. Own up to it. But the whole point is, like, if you can't resist that, which whatever, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, some nasty motherfuckers, and they're pleasure driven, as is most of those leaders are pleasure driven. They don't know how to have rules and regulations on their whatever. And to each his own. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I kind of talk about now. It's like, that's fine if me and my potential wife want to partake in some other shit in the future. That's fine if we agree upon it and we think we can control and hold reins on it and not hurt each other. I don't know. That just comes with maturity in our relationships and over time. But as of right now, I don't think I want to partake in. I mean, other than the sexual lust and desires that one would such have. But it doesn't mean that I want to partake in that. Like, that makes, I don't, in any aspect, I just don't want to hurt her or my kids. I don't want to bring strife. I don't want to be a bad example. And so, like, you know, just whatever. As long as we can fulfill each other's needs, then that's fine. Not wants, but needs. Two different things. Because sometimes when you become in a relationship with someone, it's about needs and not wants. You know, some things that you want aren't practical. And so you just gotta learn, if you want to deal with your wants and the repercussions of said wants, or you want to be practical about it. And who knows, man? Maybe me and her will go buck wild and do whatever the fuck we want and go on some crazy escapades or whatever. Maybe not. Who knows? Whatever. To each his own. I don't know right now. But like I said, I'm not opposed of it by any means. Just gotta communicate and set rules and regulations on such. But I'm also a male, which is different, because men can, like I said, we're just capable of separating sex and love. And I don't know, as I'm a male, I don't know how women do such. I don't know if they're capable of such thing, even though there is bodily functions and stuff and energy. So that's said, that's another thing, like with maturity, you gotta understand, like, what is the risk worth having, and what's not. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the people in power. They get, you know, they can't control their stuff, and then there's no one there to police them, and they just have power. This power, this money that can right wrongs, you know, or hide things, and they can just continue to do what they've done, and they're paying for it now. And then, you know, when you got Bill Clinton, who's got fucking syphilis and he's dying of AIDS and stuff like that, all kinds of fucking Hep C and all the nastiest possible STDs you can possibly have. Like, well, where did you get those, bro? You know, like, it's all there. They're just some dirty motherfuckers, and just chasing after their own desires, man. And they pay for that. They pay for that. And they're kind of paying for it now. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's why it kind of talks about, like, the wicked don't get any rest. And it's because they're not. You don't. When you're chasing those, like I said, it's a never-ending marathon of chasing after pleasure, and you're just trying to fill all your time with those euphoric pleasures and highs, because the moment that you come down from them, you're just in fucking distress. Like, you're in disgust of yourself, and the only way to overcome that is to do another thing and get another hit. And to each his own. Do what you will, do what you want. But when you're doing that to innocent lives or people or kids, like, there's a fucking problem there. You know, if you agree upon, if you're buying escorts and stuff, have fun. You know, 2 consenting adults is one thing, but forcing people into actions like that, I can't have that in the future. It's not going to be a thing. And I'll go to extreme measures to stop that. You think they're extreme, I just think they're regular. Because if you can't control yourself, I'll control you. I'll make it to where you don't have a choice. You will have nothing to even control anymore. And it's kind of shitty. But like I said, there's going to be a grace period, and after that grace period, it's going to be no more grace. But it's the only way. It's the only way. I hate to do it, but because you have all the options. And that's the whole point. That's why it's like, the whole point is like, I'm doing stuff for myself to even see if it's possible. I have to do this shit for myself to go to the depths of hell. I have to dip my finger in everything and touch everything and then see if I can resist it. See if I can come back from it. See if it's possible. Because it's the only possible way to set real rules and regulations on things. Where if I can abstain from such, if I can get hooked on a drug, if I can touch the drug and then come out of it, which I haven't done all of the drugs, but some of them I don't need to do. It's just ignorant to do such. When the act itself is just too far, there's no point in it. The risk is too great. Where you can just understand the basic understanding of pleasure and drugs, so you don't have to do them all to understand. Like some of them, like they chemically change you and you fucking can't come back from that. So we just have to exit out on a lot of stuff. But like I said, when I can create the same highs in my body naturally, it's like all I have to do is teach you those such things. And it's not even that I have to teach you. You just have to experience them for yourself and learn how to do them for yourself. Because I can't teach you this. I can tell you how to do it per se, but you got to figure it out on your own. Because you got to learn how to fish for yourself. And so you can have those euphoric highs that are pretty fucking crazy. That may not be as sensational as far as like heightened senses, but they're just as pleasant, and they're controlled, and there's no side effects. And so it's like me playing in the ground, digging in the dirt. Like those existences are them. Like I am lost. I have purpose. I have focus. I don't. A guy walked up to me in this talk. And we're talking a little bit, and he was kind of asking me what I was doing, and I was like, I don't know, man. He's like, what are you building? I was like, I have fucking no idea, dude. I said, I have zero expectations. Therefore, I cannot be disappointed. So whatever does come out, and I'm fine with that. Like that's my purpose right now, just to play. And like in those moments, like it's perfect, and it's just as good as a high. Other than like, obviously, like if you're on something, your heightened senses, like especially physical touch, especially like if you're high and your sex and stuff is way increased and crazy. But it's like me digging in, you can't even compare it really. They're just two opposites. However, one doesn't leave side effects. One you can just walk out of. One you're still in control. You don't have to worry about driving drunk. Like you're in control. So like one of them is the right way to have a high or understand time and get lost in existence and play like a child. And the other one is more side effect based. And that's where it's like everything you can produce inside yourself. There was a guru dude or whatever. And he talks about, he's like, I'm high right now. He's like, I get high, I'm high all the time. But he's learned how to make himself high, but he can come out of that high and still be cognitive and still be in control. And so that's just kind of the future where we're not going to need technically these external sources to get high. You can just create these states on your own. However, you're in control and you can come out of them and you're not impaired. You're under your own mind. And that's the future, because it's And then again, maybe, yes. And so sex is the same way. So you can create these euphoric moments. I call them, to infinity and beyond. You can tantric, whatever. Like, you can have the greatest sex ever. Like, it is what it is. You can do anything, and that's why everything is increased with two people. Because you have two existences of those, and then you go to another existence together. You literally get in a spaceship together, your own spaceship, and you fucking go to another universe that no one else has gone to, and together you can do such. And like those, and like I said, you look at this hookup culture, and it's like those people aren't doing it. Those people are not doing it. They're doing low-level, entity, animalistic, rubbing fire together sex. And it's like, if you're gonna do it, at least fucking do it. At least get to the highest high of all. If you're gonna do this, and to each his own. And you gotta set limits on it, I guess. But I guess maybe that's what, I don't know, man. But to each his own. The sky is the limit. And everything that you need is in the body. Everything is in the mind. Everything is in the imagination. And if you can have two people imagining what they want together, like, that's fucking fire. That's real manifestation. That's real magic. And sex magic is a real thing. And if you can coexist together and agree upon in the act of max pleasure, max imagination, max focus, you can create and manifest anything you want together. And that's kind of the thing, but you have to be on the same page. You got to have no restrictions. You got to be over your trauma. You got to be able to surrender completely to the other person. You got to do all these things, and you got to live in the moment. You got to bond completely. You got to become warriors together. You got to face all the universes together, and just be there. And that's where anything is possible. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like me understanding, like, I don't need another part. I don't need multiple partners. I just need one. It's like me and her can do anything that we want. And there's nothing that can stand in our way. If she can surrender to me and I can surrender to her, if I could be 100% intimate with her, she could be 100% intimate with me. And that takes time, but not really. What we got? Someone pulling in my driveway. Backing out. Yeah, get out of here. Get popped. But whatever, man. And that's cool. And that's what I'm just looking at. I don't know. Whatever happens does happen. It will happen in the time that it's needed. And that's where it's like I said, a lot of the struggle for me, that's the highest, greatest, most amount of temptation for me. And learning lesson is waiting for that. Not pushing it, not forcing, not lying, not manipulating, not tricking. And allowing my creator and the other person to go through her stuff, whomever it is, to get to the point where they can even come to me and are ready to accept me for me. Because I'm a weirdo. I'm different. I'm not weirdo, I'm just different than everyone else in this world. And so I'm against the norms. I'm a magnificent rebel. And people won't understand. They're never going to understand it. They're never going to understand me. I'm on a different level. I'm a different creature. I am EA. An external, an extraterrestrial. And like, you're just never going to understand. You can't. Until you open your mind and you free yourself from the machine, the broken system of what we live in. It's not good, it's not bad, it just is. Whatever, man. Today was cool. I gotta go tear out all the plumbing tomorrow in the house and get a list. I gotta repair some floors and it's kind of a shitty process, to be honest with you. But it won't be that bad. It's just gonna be like kind of like a day of like just tear everything out in a matter of minutes and then fucking get a list and then start repairing everything and it won't be that bad. It's just whatever. I put new plastic underneath the house. That's gonna make it a lot better. I'm not just rolling in shit and dirt. I don't mind getting dirty, but it's kind of frustrating sometimes. Just being in filth. I don't know, man. Like I said, as I get closer to the end of my journey, it's like repairing shit. Like it's like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Like it's just not worth it. Like I mean, I was a plumber. I've been a plumber my whole life, kind of, sort of, well, since college, and it's just like you just don't want to waller in shit. You know, you don't want to waller in piss and grease traps. Like it's just not. It's not that I'm above it. I just don't fucking want to do it. Like it's disgusting, bro. You know, and I'll do it. You know, I have no shame in my game, but I don't want to. You know, I don't want to. I will, just don't want to. And like I said, and then it's frustrating, like working on old shit, because it's like it's just such a fucking problem. Nothing's straight. Like it can't be perfect, and so I get it. I'm living a life now where like I have zero expectations, but at the same time, like I'm still kind of wrapped up in like, which I'm not really, honestly. I just whip shit in now, especially in these houses where it's like, dude, I just fucking put it in, get it as good as I can, and be done with it, and don't spend a lot of time on it, because it's like you can't make shit perfect in these houses when you can roll a freaking marble across the room and it just fucking keeps rolling. It picks up speed as it takes off, and you just blow a hole through the wall. It just goes so fucking fast. There's such a pitch on it, like, and you gotta understand, like, what this is not. You just, who cares? And but it's still very frustrating, and a lot of my stuff. Like now, like when I go do work, like I just don't give a fuck. It's like I can only do so much. I could spend 10 hours on it, but why? Why? You know, I'll spend an hour on it, yeah, but not fucking 10, just to get it right, like get it perfect. Like fuck that. You gonna pay me for 10? You gonna pay me $1,000? You gonna pay me $100 an hour to get it perfect? If not, then fuck it. I'm gonna give you 1 hour, make $100. I'm not giving you 10. I don't care if you're gonna give me $1,000 or not. I'm only gonna waste 1 hour of time. So, you know, and that's kind of the way you learn it, because I'd rather go play for free, because I get so much more assets and purpose and everything, currency, out of me going to chase the sun and giving myself time than I do $1,000. I care less. Like, what am I gonna buy with $1,000? A Gucci bag? I don't give a fuck about a Gucci bag. Like, who cares? Like, what the fuck, it burns. I don't care about a Mercedes Benz. Who gives a fuck? I do need some new tires, but other than that, I just don't care. It's like materialistic stuff. Yeah, I would love to live somewhere nice and I can cook and clean, but at the same time, it's like I honestly don't even care about that until I have someone I'm living with. You know, I have a reason to be at home with her, you know? And so now it's like I don't have a reason to be home because there's no one, it's just me. And it's like, So why even care about where I live technically? Because it's like, it's not, I'm in it, I've lived in it, so I can just live in it a little bit longer until, I have a mate and then kids on the way or something where I need something nicer and I have a reason to be at home. Because like I said, I'm in my truck now. I've been gone all day. I don't care. I'm going to go inside, maybe try and post this, and then go to sleep. So it's like, until I even have a reason to be at home and Netflix and chill with somebody, like, what's the point? Until I have a reason to cook for her and me, like, what's the point in having something nice, doing the dishes for what? I'll do the dishes for us, but I don't want to just do the dishes for me. And that's a lot, and that's why I understand, like, everything is going to shift when I have the other person that's going to take my time. And not take it, but I want to give time, and she wants time from me. And she verbally says that, like, I want time with you. Like, that's kind of be structured in this, like, this is the time that I have, like, let's kind of go from there, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'll make it happen. You want time with me, I'll give you time. It's not an issue, because I want time with you. But you got to tell me you want time, not play games and shit. None of this immature shit. And a lot of that's the issue with these women now, is they're not women, they're girls, and they want to play all these fucking games where it's like, just tell me what you want, but really want it. And I understand that that's very difficult for you, because women don't understand what the fuck they want. And, like, you gotta figure that shit out, because I'm the type of male that doesn't, I can be happy on my own, evidently, and, but I do want you, I do want to spend time with you, but I only want it if you want it. I don't want none of this half-ass stuff, like playing games. I'm not going to play games. I don't want to play a game. I can play any game I want. I can go trick every single 20-year-old I want. Fuck, I can trick all of the girls. It doesn't matter how old they are, really. It's very simple. Simple creatures. You don't even know what you want. So, it's not a big deal. Because I want a different caliber of a woman. And that's what I see, is a different caliber. You just got to get to that caliber, and it's not very hard. You're not far away. All you got to do is make one decision, and you're there. And I'll help you with the rest. It's very simple. It's very simple. But it's only because I've done the work, and I know how it works. And I'm just a literal mirror. Because I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just showing you what you need. Or what. And you just look at me and see what you need to do. It's very simple. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Because I had to do this all for myself without a mirror. I've gone through life without a mirror. Literally. Like a mirror that looks like me. And, or that even... It's almost like I've gone through life just not even looking at a mirror, because I've never seen people as mirrors until really the last year and a half, where I started looking at people as mirrors, and I started watching what they do, and then seeing if I did said act, and then correcting it. But before, I just went through life watching people, and then going, I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to be like that. But not ever really looking at myself. And so now it's like, now I take everything and I look at what people do, and I want to make sure that I'm not doing said acts that they're doing that hurt me negatively or make me feel bad or trigger me. And then try and correct those acts. Because I know that I need to get rid of them. I need to see why I'm getting triggered, why I don't think they're good. And because all that stuff will help me look at my past and try and figure out where I picked up those bad habits, or those habits, not bad per se, or the ideas or whatever I do. But it's cool, man, because I don't know, that's where you learn. You gotta be aware, man. life is fun. Life is cool. Every day is awesome. Like I said, and it's weird for me to talk because, especially after a couple of days, like I said, that's the only good thing about talking every day is like I have a fresh idea of what happened today, where like whatever happened yesterday was yesterday. And when you live in the now, it's hard to kind of like think about the past sometimes. Because you fill your ideas with the now, and like you live in the now, and so like the stuff 5-6 hours ago is still semi-fresh, but the stuff 13, 14, 24, 48 hours ago is not. That's old news, bro. Like that's last year's stuff, and like who cares? Like I'm way past that, and because I built this. So yeah, last night what did I do? I built a structure last night, dude. Sick. It was fun. That's the first video of this, I guess. Fun. And the sunset was fire. And that's why I chased the sun. It's so beautiful because every moment is just for me. And I start looking at my pictures, and I try and look at my pictures at night. If I go eat or something before I go home. And I like to look at my pictures. Because like when I'm taking a picture and then when I'm there, it's two different things. And so there's a lot of stuff I can't see, I'm not aware of in the picture. A lot of times because I literally just hold the camera away from me and take a picture at a different perspective than I have now. And so when I start to look at my pictures at night, I have the perception that I had at the time, and then I have the perception at another angle of the camera. And then so like as I'm looking through the pictures, I have both perspectives. I have multiple perspectives at that point, so I can see everything in the totality of what it is. Not the complete totality, but my perspective and then another perspective, which gives me more information. And I have time to focus on it more, because in the moment you can only focus for the moment. With a picture, you can look at it as long as you fucking want, and so you can scan it, you can look up and down, whatever, and see things that you didn't look at the first time. And so it's fun for me because I see so much stuff. There's stuff in the sky, there's stuff in the trees, there's stuff in the lights, and everything is like building confidence in me and what I'm doing every single day. Everything is that such, and it's cool, man. Because like I said, I don't have external validation, and I don't technically need it. And I don't need it. Because everything I'm doing is validating myself. Every picture that I take is me taking the picture. And so it's like everything that I do, whether it's my art, whether it's pictures, whether it's this or that, thoughts, it's all me validating myself. And you can look at it as like confirmation biases, but that's why a lot of the stuff that I do is just so real and raw, and like I just fucking whip a picture out. There's my camera, I take a picture, and then I'll look at it later, and then it validates me. And it's like I have zero control over that. Like whatever does gets taken at the extent of my arm, where my power is, where I focus everything, where my energy focuses through the tips of my fingers and my hands, and I trust them. And so I trust the feelings, I trust where my hands go, I trust where the picture goes, that whatever it is that I do take is exactly what it's supposed to be when I take it. And then it is me. It's an extension of me. It's like an extension of my eyes. It's an extension of what I see, feel, and it just builds every day, every fucking day, like literally. And then that's why I can walk with my head high. That's why I can speak confidently about the things that I've gone through and the things that I've overcome, because it's like every day is just building, compounding on top of that, and the confidence just every day is just a little bit bigger. And trusting myself and trusting what I've come through and what I know. And the whole game itself of me is building confidence in me, trusting myself more and more in what it is that I do, and that's so cool, because it's like I watch myself in everything that I do, and all my interactions with humans are changing completely. Where it's like I speak so confidently that I don't even get fucking questioned about nothing. Like literally. Because it's like when I say such thing, it is that. And they believe me because I believe me. Like, I'm not questioning, I'm not second guessing, I'm not doubting myself in any instant because I've done the due diligence and I've done the work and I've done everything I can to get to that point. I could be wrong, and that's fine. And if someone has a different perspective that overrules that and brings up, then I'm humble enough to take in that information and go, well, yeah, that's a good idea. You know what? Let me reevaluate that real quick, which that happens in a split second. I don't really have to say that. I can just go, boom, yeah, that's a good idea. Information rolls through my head in the matter. By the time you say it, I already have all the information. That's a good idea. Let's do it. But I'm confident in me going, boom, I just did all that math in my head. That makes sense. Good job. Good perspective. I didn't see it that way. And but it's all just, it's fun, and it's all just like less and less confident. Like, it's cool, man. Like I said, and one day, you know, that's the goal, is everyone to get to that point. Because like there's no, it's just perfect in that. Wow, man, that was a close one. My phone wasn't plugged in, so it's fixing to die, which would have killed this whole talk, because it would have erased it all. I'm glad I saw that. But this song is beautiful, man. Dude, it's so, I love music because I like the build. I like it's so raw. It's so Strobe. So I was playing this song earlier today, and then after this song went off, Strobe came on, which is the Deadmau5 song, which is the song I've listened to. I mean, I have thousands of hours listening to that song, literally. And just the way it builds, like you go, like I said, it used to me, it was like a story of my life. Like it would just build slow, and then it would just hit that thing and just go. And it's kind of this song to me. It's kind of the same thing. Where it starts out, like kind of just, this one has a faster. This is a remix, and I like this one a little bit better. But it's just chill, man. It's like upbeat enough. But it gives like a skip, like a happy skip. Like even in the shitstorm of your life. Like if you listen quietly. Like it's good. Like everything is like it's just part of it. It's just a song, you know? It's just a dance. And you need everything in that dance. Cause then it just fucking you just get that point and it's like, it is what it is, and it was meant to be that way, man. You got it. Just keep going. And you can just dance, and you can just move, and understand that whatever it was in the beginning that you thought was negative or rough, like it was meant to be. And that beat in the back has always been cheerful. It's always been good. It's always been great. And it's just like, but you had to have that little bit of disheartening feeling in the beginning just to appreciate and to dance and to be happy, because like you needed that opposite, you know. And then it gets dark again. But it's not that bad, you know. It's still upbeat. It's a little bit louder this time. I'm starting to understand. And it's kind of like an even heavier extreme right now. Like But you're bigger, you're stronger. You're way stronger than you were before. You got more energy. You understand a little bit more. So you dance harder when you beat whatever battle it is that you need to. And you understand, like, in that action, that celebration, that surrender, the more you surrender, like, the happier, the more you grow. Like, I don't know, man, it's cool. And I kind of think about it like my life is like, it only gets louder. Like, you can only get happier. You can only dance more and harder every single time. Like, every little battle, you just surrender a little bit more to yourself. You're a little bit more proud of yourself. And like, it's like I can only imagine, like, you know, I kind of do look at that mate when she gets here. Like, that's when I'll be like 100% confident in me, because I understand I need that external source to fill that external void. Because everyone has that void of needing external validation. You can get 99%, right, without them, but you still need that 1%, that extra relationship that on the exterior outside of you, and you still need that validation. And so, like, for me, it's like, maybe it's more than 1%, obviously, but it's like, once I get that, and it's like she's by my side, and I'm like, then that's when, like, you guys gotta fucking watch out, because it's like, once I have my trophy, the reason, like, that validates me, like, you guys are in for a fucking shit show, because, like, that's it for me. Because that's where it's like, now I know who I am. Because I just got validated. And I got validated from the one person I wanted validation from. You know? And I needed validation from. Because I need that external validation. And then she's the one that I wanted that validation from. Because you go through life and people validate you all the fucking time. But you don't accept that validation if it's not from the one that you want it from. And that's what fucks you. That's like, so for me, probably, you know, a lot of my damage and stuff was like not being validated from my mom, not being validated from my peers, you know, going through life not being validated from girls that I would like or something, or they would turn me down because of my fucking skin color. And so, like, the validation of that fucked me hard. Like, that's a stain that you will never understand if you're not such thing. And like, to be physically told that, like, that fucks you up as a teen, you know? And like, it's hard to come back from that. And you understand, like, it doesn't matter, it has nothing to do with them or her or whatever or whomever. But it's like, yeah, of course you feel less than when the things that you can't control. That's why, like, height and all this stuff, that's why in this culture of dating where, like, the guys have to be 6 foot, you know, like, oh, we're not gonna date anyone under 5'7". I'm like, so you guys are like qualifying people based on something that they fucking have zero control over? Like, that's the most shallow shit ever. Like, literally. And it's like that's literal roll of the dice. And I'm saying this because I'm under this thing, and so I'm affected by it. But it's like, it makes zero sense, like, in all reality. Like, and you know, a lot of it is mostly well, I don't know other countries now, they're kind of catching up to this based on media and all this stuff, but like, it just makes zero sense. And then you know, and then it's funny also, like, the dick size. Like, you guys are validating guys based on their dick size that they have zero fucking control over. It's like, how are you guys not understanding, like, how fucking shallow of a human you are by validating people based on things that they have zero control over. Like, it's literal roll of the dice, the size of their dick, the size of their, how tall they are, the color of their skin, their hair color. Like, that makes zero fucking sense. And then you look at yourself as better than. I'm like, you're not. If you're validating people and not giving them a chance based on physical structure, like, that's ignorant as shit. Especially in a world where that stuff doesn't fucking matter anymore. I could see it back in survival of the fittest and the hunter-gathering societies, where you want a bigger, stronger male to protect and feed you, where that would be ingrained in you subconsciously. But now it's like, I don't get it. I mean, I guess it's still in there a little bit, but it's like, even then, you kind of diluted in the understanding of anything. When there's societies of shorter men that still survive and fucking are still existing, and then you have, higher societies of taller people that are still existing. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's the story of David and Goliath. Like, you get a giant who got his ass whooped because he was cocky and full of pride and ego, and then you have a little guy who just dropped him like it was nothing. It's like me walking in the grocery store. There's these 6'7" dudes looking at me like I don't know, they fucking wanted to eat me, or they were scared of me. Honestly, they were just fucking pussies, and it had nothing to do with stature or size. Because I would have dropped both of them instantly. But that's beside the point. I kind of wanted to pick a fight with them. Really, they ticked me off. It was just a weird. It's just like, what are you doing, bro? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. But it was insecurity on them, and it's like, it made me laugh. It's just like, what do you want from me? You want me to fight you? It's just, I don't get it. I mean, I can't help you old ladies looking at me. I can't help it. It's not my fault. She's curious about Mighty Mouse. I can't help it. Dynamite comes in small packages. I can't help it. But it's the same concept. It's like, but I can do exactly the same thing as a 6'7" guy, literally. And it just makes zero sense. And then we get judged for that because we're smaller in stature and height. I'm like, you guys, it doesn't make any sense. But it's all media based and all this stuff. And so I don't know. It's funny. It's the same thing as like like you get like a bodybuilder that tries to walk up steps all day long. Like, they get tired. I work a construction job. Like, I heard one bodybuilder. They kept trying to get him to come work with them at a construction job. And so he did. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't even last like an hour and a half. Just the basic stuff that construction workers do. Like, he couldn't even last. He was just too fucking tired. And I'm like, yeah, because what you're doing is pointless. Lifting heavy stuff over and over again, like, it fucking means nothing. It's not practical. I mean, unless that's your job. To whatever, to each his own. But I'm just saying, like, this is how deluded we are in our minds. But to each his own. Like, if that's what you love to do, cool, man. Go lift heavy weights all the time. Have fun with it. I don't care. But it's like, construction workers are just as strong. They can do just as much, if not more. They're in better shape than you. They're not having to lug around extra 70 pounds of muscle, for what? To lift heavy stuff in a room, surrounded by mirrors. To each his own. Do what you want to waste your time on, or spend your time on. Not waste, but what you want to spend your time on. But that's what I'm saying. But then you validate people based on that. Like, it makes zero sense. Makes zero sense. If anything, like, yeah, it just makes zero sense. I don't know. It's just whatever. To each his own. Whatever. I'm just saying. But we'll see. I mean, I talked to the girls' night at the bar, and she started talking about people that made her feel safe. And she was like, she's thinking about like, she needs to start taking the safe option with men, like men that are safe, like more the nice guys type of guys. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, whatever. You just need to stay with yourself. You just need to be with yourself for a while. You don't need to jump into another relationship, but to each his own. Do what you want to do. But at least you're kind of understanding that maybe the safe guys could be an option for you. If you've always dated the other things, like then maybe now's the time to try something different. Yeah, because you continuing to do the same thing over and over again is insane, expecting different results. So yeah, maybe jump the extreme at least, or at least try something little different. Fuck. Maybe you have a better result this time. Or maybe it's you. Or maybe at least some of it's you, for sure. I would assume. But to each his own. Have fun. You're single now. Go enjoy life. Find out how to be happy on your own. You know? But don't, whatever, to each his own. I'm just saying, if you're going to be alone, though. Be celibate a little bit. Don't be running around getting done up by random people in multiples, because it's not good. It's not beneficial. There's a lot of repercussions that come with it, and a lot of emotional baggage that comes with it, and a lot of stuff that comes with it you can't take back. And you can just play with yourself, I guess. You know, you can deal with it, whatever. Maybe that's the safer of the two options, instead of literally being physically bonded to other human beings that you know nothing about. That's dangerous in itself. And those are things that you can't take back and have real repercussions. So, but then again, whatever. To each his own, man. Do what you want to do. I don't really care. I'm just trying to save you some heartache. Save you some heartache. Man, I'm glad I've plugged that thing in. That was fixing to die, like literally, which would erase all of this. So I'm probably not gonna talk much longer. It's 3 hours and 2 minutes. It's gonna be long as shit. But the day was cool. Every day is cool. Like I said, I'm pretty much just living on my own, doing my own thing, trying not to kind of deal with romantic stuff or any potentials. Just for the time being, I want to, but it's like I'm not pushing anything. I just can't. I have to just step away from everything like that. And if something comes through, it comes through. I just can't force anything. And like I said, that's the biggest lesson for me. It's like I have this time in my life, like someone does have to choose me. I can't and it's not even that hard. It's just come and speak to me, and we'll go from there. Like you physically have to speak it with your mouth, and that's all I need. But that I have to have that validation. I have to have that external validation, and I can't trick and manipulate, because that's part of the lesson for me. And I understand it. And so it's like, it's me in that patient energy, in that surrender to the whole process, in the surrender of who knows what they got to deal with on their own, and maybe that step for them. And it definitely is. So women don't have to do much, right? Technically, well, they do. But, they tend to be the one, like the men tend to chase them. So a lot of times, like the lessons for women is to, they gotta take the lead a little bit. They gotta, because it's a pride and ego. It's pride and ego that they have to face. And ego coming to me. They have to kill their ego to come to me. And because I'm not gonna come to them. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, I already did actually, but now they gotta reciprocate, right? And that's a lot of things. There's a lot of things with people in my past. Like it's pride and ego. They gotta come to me. I'm done. So now the ball's in their court. I'm not playing ball anymore. I'm not playing the game with you. I'm playing my own game. if you want to partake in this, you have to come and ask me to play. And because this is my game, this is my world. The only way you can come in it is if you're gonna come, because I'm not inviting you. I'm inviting you to come, but you still gotta get checked at the door. And so that's a lot of lessons for everyone in my past and stuff like that. And that's just karma, really. It's not even karma. It's just if you want to grow, if you want to partake in what I have, if you want to learn from me, if you want to learn how to be happy and don't know how to do it on your own, or you're not willing to take the time to do it on your own. So if you want to be in my energy, like, you got to battle your own pride, ego, and come. And like, that's part of the lesson. Like, I can't help you until you battle that, until you show forward, until you step forward through that pride and ego. I can't help you. I can't teach you how to fish. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna chase you and try and teach you how to fish. If you don't want to learn how to fish, you're not gonna go. And that's just a waste of my energy. So, you're never gonna learn. And like I said, all this is a lesson for me to not help you unless you want to be helped. To not waste my energy, to not just blow my wad and load everywhere. And it all correlates with everything. Where it's like, if I go help you, I'm literally just blowing my wad on the floor. I'm wasting my life force, my energy, my time for a lost cause. But it's not that you're lost, it's if you don't want to do anything to get better, it's lost. Because you're never going to change. You're the only one who's capable of changing yourself, not me. So if I'm running around chasing you around the world and you don't want to be saved, you're never going to be saved. You're the only one who can save yourself. You know, when you look at Christianity this way, like, the act of you asking for forgiveness and to be saved in an external Jesus, like, you physically have to ask and then do what it takes to change. Like, you got to quit sinning once you feel like you're saved, once you've said the sinner's prayer or whatever crap you want to say. And that's the whole thing. It's like, you physically have to do the work. You have to cut the ties up. You have to walk away from. You have to quit sinning. You have to get a different friend group. You got to get yourself out of that situation. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. And then you're going to have to go next Sunday and get saved again. You know, and maybe you just stay in that cycle. But that's up to you. But nothing really changes until you do something. You can pray to God every single night. God, forgive me of my sins and save me. And then go get belligerently drunk and go do whatever every single night in so-called sin, which that's not whatever, but go do a sin again, and then you have to do it again the next night. Nothing's changing. Nothing's changing. And you're still just as disappointed as you were in yourself the day before. You know? So that's kind of the point of all of this. Like, everything is like, you have to change. You have to want to change and then do what it takes to change. Who cares? It doesn't matter about an external anything. It doesn't matter about whatever. Like, change it. You want to be happy? Fucking do what it takes to be happy. Like, it's that simple. If you need to pray to an external God to do such, have fun. But some of us don't have to do that. Some of us take responsibility of our own actions and then change it. But we understand that there is someone who created us. And then there's some people that don't believe in God at all, but are still good people. And they're still acting out and trying to be the best version of themselves, which in return gives glory to their God, or their creator, even if they don't believe in such. Because they're doing the best for themselves. And in doing so, everything points up to your creator. Even if you don't believe and you have one. But you came from somewhere. You came from something. Even if you just living your life out to the best of your ability, it's bringing glory to your father and your mother. Because you're not wasting your life. You're not wasting what they did to create you. The energy, the resources, the time. And then that's compounded back into the beginning, till the very first. Because everything that you are today, there was infinite amount of stuff that had to happen before you for you to be this. And so when you be the best you are just being glory to everything before you, which ultimately leads to the Creator in every aspect, to the first humans, and then the first humans from the people who made the first humans, or from the things that made the first humans. So that's the whole point. Just be your best self. Try to be better. Try not to hurt people. Don't infringe on their free will. And really, no matter what you believe, just be your best. And in doing so, you'll have a better society, man. Take responsibility for your own actions. But whatever, to each his own. I gotta get out of here. Today was beautiful. Every day is beautiful. Everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. This song is sick, bro. And it's 12:22. A holla. Love y'all. Peace.
Everyone keeps a darker place to lose control. You're not alone. And when you come looking for embrace, I know your soul. I'll be your home till you can breathe on your